Morning, Mr. Fairclough.
Shut your face.
Hey, listen, we can't stand in middle of the street chewing the fat, can we? I mean, anything's likely to happen.
Hey, listen, why don't we nick down to the Rovers? Mrs. Walker will have had a pill. She'll be out like a light tonight.
That sounds like a very
Get
good
out of
idea.
it. Shut up, you.
Come on.
She's snoring her head off. Hey, fancy a drop of scotch?
Hey, you're on phone today, Fred.
Yeah, it'll help kill the pain.
Not mine, it won't.
Hey, come on, let's sit down. I'm freezing.
Right then, lads. What's the story?
Oh, it's like we got beamed off to another planet.
Yeah, and he took one look at us and sent us back.
This is no laughing matter, you know. There's no to laugh at. I'm up to here with Rita as it is. Or is that what you're laughing at? You set me up in this, didn't you? You set me up.
Shut up, will you?
Just calm down, will you? Look, arguing's going to get us nowhere.
Can't help it, mate, if you're married and we're not.
Yeah, well, let's just think things out.
All I can think of is what Ivy's going to do to me, you know what I mean?
You know, we're all up the same creek.
Except them, they've got flipping paddles, haven't they?
Oh, give over, Len, will you?
Look, we're thinking, Len, but it's not easy, is it? There's 3 separate disappearing acts. There's him who went out to let the new year in and never bothered coming back. Then there's him that went out to look for him. Then there's us 3. And somehow we all gang up together and disappear. It's not easy.
Look, why don't we just tell the truth, you know what I mean? I mean, say that we got invited to the party. There's no need to tell lies, is there?
Oh, no, there's no need to tell lies. Just tell him we got invited by these 15 possessive women.
Yeah. We'll lock the front door and put the Coldstream guards on the back door.
And kept us there till 7 o'clock in the morning, despite our screams for help, which, come to think of it, I don't remember hearing.
You say what you like to your Mrs. Max. It makes no difference to me. It drops you in it, though, doesn't it, Fairclough?
Hey, how about we say that Alf got mugged?
Why me?
Well, because you were the first out. I mean, you started the whole thing, didn't you? Yeah, we say he got mugged. We get on to the coppers, eh?
Hey, hang on. I'd rather not get the police involved in this.
Wait a minute. No. Alf slips on the curb, hits his head. I nick round to Bessie Street. I'll let the phone booth there and ring for an ambulance.
Hey, why didn't you come back in here and phone?
Well, I don't want to worry your missus.
Oh, that's great, that is, Fred. That's why we were out till 7:30 in the morning.
Hang on, Eddie. No, give it a chance. Just as the ambulance arrives, you lot do, so we all go together to the hospital. How's that?
It's gonna work, this, you know. He gets mugged, and we try and get him into casualty, but we can't, because it's chock-a-block in there.
Because that's true, because they always are at holiday times, aren't they?
Well, it's a season of goodwill, isn't it? It's all them stabbings and GBHs and that.
Exactly.
Yeah, by the time we get him into casualty, of course, he's got to queue up and get into X-ray, hasn't he?
That's it.
But they give him a clean bill of health, and when we bring him home here.
Right.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir. Well, can you think of anything better?
Oh, that's all we've got. Alf.
Look, all you've got to do is say your head's hurting.
It is hurting.
Well, there you are, then.
Right, have we finished?
Yeah.
Let's get down to details.
Morning.
Hello, love. Come in. Go and get yourself a cup. Is your dad up yet?
No, he's fast asleep.
Right, well, leave him where he is. He needs more sleep than what I do. He always has.
People sleep too much, you know.
Pardon?
People sleep too much.
Ah, it's you youngsters at it worst. That paper lad of ours, he's always oversleeping.
I've never overslept.
Oh, well, that's because you're intelligent, isn't it?
What's that got to do with it?
Well, I mean, you're eager, aren't you? Eager to learn things, you know. I always said that them who sleeps too much are turning their back on the world.
Like Dad.
Oh, no, I didn't mean him in particular.
But you do think he's turning his back on the world a bit.
Oh, well, he's got so much to turn his back on, hasn't he?
You're not as big a loon as you look, are you?
No, don't you be so cheeky. When are you going back?
Do you want rid of me?
No, of course I don't want to be rid of you. Just asking a straightforward question.
I see. Well, I'll stay as long as you'll have me. For a few days anyway, I've got to get back for school.
Ah, where are you going today?
Oh, I thought about going to see Deirdre's little girl.
Ah,
What do you think of her?
she's a nice little thing.
You're not a loon, are you? I didn't mean Tracy, I meant Deirdre.
No, that's got naught to do with me.
You're up and early.
Yes, well, I couldn't sleep, could I?
Happy New Year.
Hey? Oh, yes, Happy New Year to you, Mrs. Sharpless.
Well, I'll leave you to it. No doubt I shall find out what happened in good time, but there are times when a husband and wife are best left on their own, and I'm getting too old to duck. Shall I turn your sound round for your check-up?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Sharples.
I bet you were worried.
Up to a point. And then we decided that 5 grown men couldn't slip off the face of the earth. So, we drew a few conclusions. What's your story?
Well, I've been in hospital, haven't I?
Hospital?
Oh, nothing to worry about.
What were you doing in hospital?
Well, I fell, and the lads took me down to casual. You know, just general.
And you've been there all this time?
Oh, you should have seen it, love. We were packed out. I mean, I had to wait ages to get my head examined, and then I had to wait again to go into X-ray. And just as I was going in for my X-ray, there was a fella came in with GBH.
What's GBH?
You know.
Do you mean grievous bodily harm?
Aye. Anyway, they had to deal with him first, naturally.
And it took till this time?
Oh, you should have seen it, love. It was packed out. There was fellas in there with knives sticking out of their backs. Anyway, when I got into X-ray, they said there was nothing wrong, like it was all right.
You fell over, you say?
Yeah, well, I slipped. I must have passed out for a few seconds, and the lads, you know, they called an ambulance. It was very good of them to go with me at all, you know.
Why didn't they phone Rovers?
Well, they thought it might worry you.
Yes, it did worry us, and we got even more worried as the hours went by.
Yeah, well, they thought of that. But they couldn't get near the phone, you see. They were queuing 3 deep.
These fellas with knives stuck in their backs?
Aye. No, the relatives.
You didn't have any relatives there, did you, love?
No, but I got the fellas, bless them.
Yes, well, why didn't the fellas, bless them, come round at Rovers to tell us what was going on? Good heavens, it's only half a mile away, and it doesn't take 4 of them to look after you, especially when there's no wrong.
I think they were very worried.
I'll bet they were. So, that's it then, is it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the old story.
Tommy Cooper couldn't tell a story as daft as that. Did you listen to what you were saying? Already, it's only the 1st of January and you're the champion liar of 1980.
Well, why should I lie to you?
I don't know. God knows. I don't know, but you are. You're running true to form. Have you looked at your track record lately? I mean, we won't talk about me Christmas present, which I'm still waiting for. We won't talk about New Year's Eve, when I had a good booking at the Gatsby. Only you turned it down because you said we were booked in at a posh do, only we weren't booked in. And we ended up spending New Year's Eve in the Rovers. Or rather, I did.
You know, for one who wasn't going to mention it, you're making a hell of a lot of noise.
I'm still waiting, Len. You are my husband, in spite of the way you're behaving. And when you leave me flat for 7.5 hours, I'm entitled to a decent explanation and not some bloody fairy story.
Right, to hell with you. I'll tell you.
Hello, love.
Don't you hello me, you. I've been worried sick. Where have you been?
I've been to hospital.
Hospital? What you gone there for?
Well, it wasn't me. It was Alf. It was Alf.
You stop where you are, I'm coming down.
Better get my story right. Let me see. There was Alf fell on the floor and cracked his head, and Fred came up. And he found him and said he'd phone the ambulance, and he did. And we came as the ambulance came, and there was me, and there was Alpha and Len and Fred and I. And I said, and she.
Well,
I didn't want to come up, love, because I thought you might be asleep. You see.
I asked you a question, Bert.
Yes. We went to a party in Bessie Street. Now, this
this boy you brought home last night, Roy, was it?
Oh, he was nice.
Yes, well, that's as may be, but the house was empty.
I know.
And what is more, you knew it was going to be empty. Yes, well, I was just wondering if you knew what might have happened.
You mean sex or violence?
Well, I wouldn't put it quite so bluntly myself, but yes, I was thinking about violence.
I see. Well, he brought me home, so I made him a cup of coffee, nothing else. Hope that takes care of one half your worries. As far as the violence is concerned, I spent most of the evening with him. You can get to know someone pretty well most of an evening.
Oh, you can't be sure. He might have been drinking.
He doesn't drink and he doesn't smoke. He's trained to be a pharmacist. He's a perfect gentleman. I don't suppose we'll ever meet him again.
All right, well, that takes care of him, but, I mean, do you do this sort of thing in Glasgow?
No, but then I wouldn't want to upset Gran. I brought boys home sometimes when she's been in, but never when she's been out.
Well, then why do you do it here?
Because I thought you'd be different. You've been a teacher and now you run a community centre. You should know that not all teenagers smoke pot, carry knives and sleep around.
I know there's a lot who do. I know how easy it is to mix with them.
Dad, I won't promise I'll never do anything daft, but I'll never do anything stupid.
All right. Just see that you don't, eh?
What are you doing now?
Yakking. I hope they're looking.
Keep your weight.
Let him look.
Hey, listen, look, don't take this the wrong way.
Okay.
But I decided to tell Rita the truth. I mean, I thought there's no point in lying. These things happen, so blow it.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, I did the same.
You did.
I did.
I didn't know.
Oh, there you go. Great minds think alike.
You see, I thought of it this way. They might have found out the truth eventually, and if we'd have told them a pack of lies, they might have just thought we were frightened of them.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't tell her everything. I didn't tell the whole truth. I mean, I didn't tell them we were out with another lot of women.
Well, no, I mean, there's no point in rubbing it in.
No, well, I mean, it doesn't do, does it, to, you know, tell them everything?
Of course not.
No.
Well, he just poured his heart out.
Well, there's not much to pour, is there? I mean, you know where they were. Molly Coggins, Bessie Street. She always has a big do on New Year's Eve. She said she couldn't get rid of them till the last drop plopped out of the last bottle. I got it out of her when she come in shop this morning. I also got your Alf's tie.
Well, I'll not embarrass him with it now. I'll slip it into his wardrobe later.
Good job it weren't Lend. I'd strangle him with it.
Oh, glad to have your husbands back then, are you?
Marvellous, Hilda. After getting rid of yours, are you?
Why do you want him?
Not so you'd notice.
Have the same again, Mrs. Sharp.
Sit down, Elsie, love. I'll get 'em. Save your legs, eh?
I would like a milk stout and a lager, please. I don't wish to save my legs.
Save 'em for me, then, eh?
It's a right Romeo, is that one?
Gone off a gin and tonic then, have you?
Well, change is as good as a rest, isn't it?
Yes, and it doesn't cost as much.
Come, you don't have to do some reading between the lines, don't you?
Well, I thought you'd been left a tidy bit when Steve died.
Oh, did you? Well, I never collected as much as I should do, and then when I married again, it stopped. That's all there was to it, if you want to know.
Oh, I'm not being nosy. I'm just worried about you.
Well, don't be. Things have been bad before, I know. And they always get worse.
You told them?
You know, don't worry about it. I mean, they're not going to go around the neighbourhood telling everybody we're out with a gang of other women, are they?
Well, you better not. I told Mrs. Walker the authorised version and she swallowed it hook, line and flipping sinker. And when I tell them, they stay told.
And you're quite sure there was no Mr. Roberts in casualty last night? I see. Well, I'm very sorry. I must have got hold of the wrong story. Thank you very much.
I understand that you won't be letting on the true story about what happened the other night, you know. I think you've been very generous to the lads. And I'm very glad myself personally and all, you know. You know that story that cocked up about Alf going into dock? Well, I was all for telling the truth, you know, but, like, you've got to muck in with the lads, haven't you? Anyway, look, I told Mrs. Walker a story, you know. I wouldn't like her to think that I were fibbing. You know, she doesn't like things like that, Mrs. Walker.
And she believed you.
Oh, yeah, well, I have a way with my stories, Rita, you know me.
Hello, Good morning, ladies. May I say how pleased I was that Alf wasn't seriously injured?
That's very nice of you, Mrs. Walker.
Well, I've always had a personal interest in Alf, you know, having been his mayoress. Now, I hope you'll forgive me, but I rang up the hospital, and do you know, they were most helpful. Fred, did you say that you wanted this evening off?
Yes, Mrs. Walker, if it's convenient.
No, it isn't. Now, I don't know if you follow me.
We know the truth, Mrs. Walker.
I thought you would. Good morning, gentlemen, and may I wish you a very happy New Year.
And a happy New Year to you, Mrs. Walker.
Now, last night, or is it really in the early hours of this morning, when you were at the hospital, your good ladies kindly treated all the assembled company to drinks on your behalf. And this is the amount. So if you could settle it now.
Governor, what I said last night, the resolution, you know, about getting married this year, forget it. I was under the influence of alcohol.
You know, there's something funny going on around here.
What?
I mean, apart from you.
Deirdre, you modern, Mother? Is that a railway engine or a puffer train?
It's a puffer train.
Shall we play puffer train?
You have quite a way with children.
Me? I like them.
Do you think you might like some of your own one of these days?
One of these days, yes. But I'd like to see a bit of the world first.
They all say that nowadays. They all do it. Honestly, it's nothing to see a young girl swanning off round the world with nothing but a few pounds in her purse. I wish I had the nerve.
Look at Tracy.
Aye, don't I know it?
It's very easy to get caught between two stools. I didn't have any children, and I didn't see the world either. Well, I saw some of it. I went to Mallorca twice.
Oh, yes, you went as a sort of governess, didn't you? I forget that.
So do I. And I'm forgetting about tea, too. What do you fancy?
Oh, Susan, do you like roast ham? I know your father does.
Fine for me. Do you want some fetching?
No, I'll go. I want a few things. Come on, Tracy, let's put your coat on and we'll go and see your Auntie Reenie.
Oh.
Come on, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
She's a lovely little girl.
Ah, she could be a lot more trouble, and that's a fact. They're very tying, though, children, no matter how good they are.
Would you really like to have seen the world?
Oh, just give me the chance. Oh, we didn't have the opportunities, though, when I was a girl. Back in the dark ages.
And you'd really have gone? You said you didn't have the nerve.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I would have done when I was your age. I mean, I wouldn't say boo to a goose. But I'm different now. You learn.
You mean you're more positive? You can make decisions?
I like to think so.
I'm glad. Dad needs someone to make decisions, important ones, because he can't.
Would you like some biscuits for your tea? Oh, yes. Well, custard creams, please.
Hello, Tracy.
Yes.
Hello, Chuck. Who's getting a big girl, then, eh? Here, I've just run into Molly Coggan on Rosamond Street.
Oh, that must have been very nice for you, Hilda.
She was telling me all about this party she had last night.
Oh, yeah?
Where was it you were last night, Mr. Roberts? Weatherfield General?
This may come as a great disappointment to you, Hilda, but I know all about last night. Molly Coggan and all.
You are? Well, I'll say goodbye then. Come on, love.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Here we are.
Well, what were all that about him falling and banging his head, then?
Look, Hilda, we are not here to answer personal questions about our private lives. We're here to sell groceries. Now, if you want some, you're very welcome.
I'll leave my order.
And that told her.
Oh, yes, it did. And by tomorrow, Sheila told the whole neighbourhood. I haven't finished with you yet.
I should have thought you would have easily found a job in a gown shop.
Oh, yeah, trouble is, find a gown shop these days.
You're right, there are all these dreadful boutiques.
And Lord save me from them.
Yes. What high fashion shops there are all in town. Or else in places like Wilmslow. Mind you, I do love shopping in Wilmslow.
Yeah, but I should hate to go all that way to work every morning. Besides, I don't think it'd have me in Wilmslow with my accent.
Improve yourself, my dear. Improve yourself.
Good evening.
Look who's here. Oh, how lovely to see you. It is Susan, isn't it?
Hello, Mrs. Walker. Mrs. Tanner.
Mrs. Tanner it is. I'm glad you remembered. You used to chuck your teddy bear at me out of your pram when you walked past the every time I walk past teddy bears in the face.
Right. I'll tell you what, look, you go and sit down. I'll bring the drinks to you, all right?
Can you manage?
Yes, I think so. I know she's a bit young, Mrs. Walker, and shouldn't be in here, but,
She is a friend of the establishment.
I promised Betty to have it back in morning, so we'll make sure she gets it.
Oh, definitely. It's just some undies I wanted.
Right. Hey, what did you think about them last night, then? Milados?
I try not to.
Mine's gone to the club. Don't look me in the face. Where's yours gone?
Fixing Emily's guttering, if you'll pardon the expression.
Gee, they're all the same fellas, aren't they? Outside house, anything, inside, nout. I mean, look at Bert. Maintenance, that's his job. Does he maintain our house? Does he Eckers like? Mind you, I've got to admit I'm lucky, because Ray Langton, he made our place like a little palace, you know. Gee, you'd never credit it set off like this, would you, one upon a time? You know, could get anybody 100 guesses. They never believe that a builder and a decorator lived here, would they?
No.
Too soft for him, you know, Rita.
Good night, Ivy.
Eh? Oh, good night, love.
Welcome to the pigsty. Wipe your little trotters on the mat, have we?
Hey?
Mrs. Tanner, could I have a word?
Yes, dear.
I have been putting my mind to your problem.
Oh, which one?
The job.
Oh, the job, yeah.
Now, don't take this amiss, but have you ever thought of serving behind the bar?
Barmaid, you mean? Well, thank you very much for the thought, Mrs. Walker, but I think I look it more than I would act it. There'd be too many pints thrown in too many faces, I think.
It could be a disadvantage. It was only a thought, and I didn't mean here. But I do have some influence in the licensed trade.
That's very nice of you, Mrs. Walker, for the thought, but I'm thinking of going back to the old job. You see, there's nobody sitting in my seat. And it's, well, you never know your luck, do you?
But I thought you were at daggers thrown with Mr. Baldwin.
Ah, well, Max like me. 1 minute he's up, the next minute it's down. He's forgotten all about it the next day. It's worth a try, anyway.
Right, well, I'll get the next round in.
Well done, Uncle Albert. Well done. That's very
Right,
kind of you.
Give us the money.
Well, I thought it was too good to last.
Thank you.
You know, the pubs down here are a lot nicer than the ones in Glasgow.
Oh, yes, and what do you know about the pubs in Glasgow?
Do you know I've got to watch every word I say? You're going to be like that with Deirdre when you're married.
Now, that is a variation on have you stopped beating your wife. When I have something to tell a young girl, I should tell you, and until then, stop jumping to silly conclusions.
Silly?
Yes, I was just thinking that. He means premature.
Yeah, I mean premature.
Give me a headache. I came out of the club special now, didn't I? At least you can be sociable, you know what I mean? The usual, Betty, please, love.
But I am sociable, I'm with you, aren't I?
Good evening, Mrs. Tills.
Hello.
I hear that you're back to old times again across the road, or soon will be. Mrs. Tanner tells me she's asking for her job back.
She's what?
Now, look, Ivy, don't start. Jimmy, just don't start, all right?
Don't start. Don't start, Ivy be blowed. If she thinks she can come flouncing back as if nothing's happened, she's got another thing coming. Mike Baldwin gave me that job, and if he thinks any different, he doesn't know what trouble is. Good evening, Ivy.
Hello, love.
Why, Eckilda, don't tell me you've been here all night. Well, I couldn't manage to get in on Friday, you see. It were one of them days.
In one of them weeks.
Yeah, well, just give us another 5 minutes, I'll be out your road, eh?
You had a good Christmas and New Year.
Well, I can't grumble, you know, but it's never as good as you think it's going to be, is it?
Oh, I know what you mean, love. It's picture postcard Christmases and our Christmases.
Yeah.
Well, cheer up, Hilda. I mean, we've got France to look forward to now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Hey, them froggies are in for a treat. Isn't that right, Ivy?
You what?
I'm just saying, I mean, Hilda go to France.
So, what about it?
And Happy New Year to you, so...
All right, holiday's over, ladies. Let's have these machines humming, shall we? Before they rust up through lack of use.
I've just about done. I was in at the crack of dawn, you know, only I wasn't able to make it on Friday, owing to it being a peculiar week with Stan not working and that.
Hilda, the week that Stan is working is a peculiar week. Well, if you're finished, get your body out the way, will you? What this lot don't need is an excuse not to work. What they do need is someone standing over them with a dirty great whip.
Hey, Beckett, Charlie Bronson and you're on. Do you know, I've often thought, I wouldn't mind it being a slave girl.
You are a flaming slave girl. We all are. Aren't we, Ivy? What's up with her?
I'm fed up to flipping back teeth, that's what's up with me.
Well, that's a good start at New Year, any road.
Your old man?
But Bert? No, it's not him. Elsie Flaming Tanner.
Why, what's she done?
She's only after me flipping job, isn't she?
Oh, Elsie, she's not a machinist.
Not this job, you daft ape, but supervising.
Well, you're not supervisor.
Well, I would have been, wouldn't I? I were all running for it, then she thinks she can just come swanning back and take over where she left off.
But can she?
Not if I've got hope to do it, she can't.
Hey, hang on to your hats, lassies. It's only beginning of January, and already I feel we're in for a bumpy ride.
Look at that.
What?
Flaming things bursted. Bits of polly-what's-it all over the place. That's all I need.
Well, get a needle and thread and sew it up.
Oh, yeah. Cobble it up, make do and mend, put up with all the old tat like you always have.
Oh, don't start.
No. Suffer in silence. Well, I won't, Len. I've done too much of that. That's the trouble. That's what's wrong with us.
There's nought wrong with us. Is there no toast done yet?
No, there is no toast done yet, on account that toaster's broke and has been since before Christmas when you were going to get it fixed, remember?
What's up with the grill?
I want a new grill. I want a new toast. I want a new kitchen. Len, I am sick up to here. I'm serious. I've had just about as much as I can take.
Mavis is back now.
Oh, I see. And that makes it all right, does it?
Well, you're tired, that's all. I mean, you've been getting up early for the morning papers, haven't you? You're always a bit naughty when you're short of sleep.
Naughty. He says I'm naughty. I'm feeling suicidal and he says I'm naughty.
All right, then, what is up?
Oh, Len, for heaven's sake, you know what's up. I want a proper, decent home. One that I can invite people to without being ashamed.
This has suited you up to now?
It's been getting grottier and shabbier since the day I moved in. God knows I've done my best, Len, but you can't make a silk purse out of a little unmodernised terraced house. Well, you could, if you'd a bit of pride and spent some time and money on it like Tilsley's.
Oh, I see. Ivy's been sticking her oar in, has she?
She has made the odd comment, but in this case, she happens to be true. I mean, look at them. He works in a factory, and look at you. Self-employed. Your own business, and in the building trade to boot. And we live like this. Can you honestly not see what a dump it is?
I suppose you could do with a lick of paint.
It'll take more than a lick of paint to make it even halfway right, the sort of place I want.
Buckingham Palace it'll never be.
I don't want Buckingham Palace. I just want a decent little home. I don't think that's asking too much.
All right, give us a list. No, I mean it. Fair's fair. I mean, you say things needs things doing to it. All right, I'm not entirely in agreement. But anything to keep the peace and quiet.
And you'll do 'em?
Well, like I say, I can't see much wrong with it myself. But if you'd like to give me a list of your requirements, I'll see what I can do to manage, eh? That suit you?
Yeah, I suppose so. But I still wish I didn't have to spit blood to get you to do anything.
Yes? Mrs. Bishop.
Yes?
Sedgwick. Jim Sedgwick.
Yes?
Well, don't say he hasn't told you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sedgwick. Who is supposed to have told me what?
Dawson.
Oh, I haven't seen Mr. Dawson for over a week.
The last time he was in was Friday before New Year's Eve.
And he didn't say anything about selling the place?
Selling? You mean the shop?
Well, obviously he didn't. Funny ways some folk have. Still, never mind, Mrs. Bishop. You'll not find me like that. If I've got out to say, I get right to the point. Once you learn that, we'll get along fine.
We? Do you mean you've taken it?
Got it in one. So, shall we go through to the back and get down to brass tacks, eh? A few changes need making in here if I'm going to see the sort of profits I want to make. You coming, are you?
Jail Malatiti.
I bet that's rude.
That's second time today. Why is it everything I say you'll think's rude?
Because it usually is. Especially if it's in French. I take it that is supposed to be French.
It means for them that's big ignorant, I've got an headache, right?
All right, Vera, you can put that away. You're not doing your French homework in my time.
You want me to make a good impression, don't you? I mean, after all, I am representing the name of Baldwin in the common market.
Yeah, there's a point. Look, Vera, do us a favour, will you? If anyone asks who you work for, have a memory block, eh? Shouldn't be too difficult.
Hey, I know what you're frightened of, boss. You're frightened that they're going to try and lure me away.
You know me, darling. Always play your cards close to your chest. Now, come on, get on with it, will you? Put that away.
He can say that again. He's playing his cards close to his flipping chest, isn't he?
Oh, don't tell me. The silent woman's up to...
You notice he didn't say a word to me? Not a flaming dicky bird. He never cracks on what he's up to until about 6 months after he's done it.
Well, if you're that worried, Bamford, why don't you ask him? I would.
I don't know what you want, blooming supervisor job for any road. I mean, all that aggro, all for a few extra quid.
Like you not jump at it given chance. Mind you, not get a smell in.
Hey, well, you're not so sure you will either. That's why you're not pushing it.
I'm waiting my moment, aren't I, Vera? I mean, there are such words as discretion and diplomacy. And you can try looking them up in your flipping French phrase book.
Susan got off all right, did she? I do hope Kenneth made sure she was in a compartment with some ladies. One hears such stories about young girls travelling on trains.
Well, it's not just trains. It's anywhere. Barney, she's a sensible lass, you Susan. She got a lot of our Valerie in her. Little ways she has them. Funny way of doing things. You know, times I could have sworn it were our Val.
It's especially hard on a girl growing up without a mother.
Well, her gram's done a good job.
She has indeed. In the circumstances, she's done a wonderful job. Susan's a delightful girl, you know. Kenneth can be very proud of her.
Hello, Ida. Love, have you seen my missus, have you?
Oh, she's having a dinner at a bench. She's in a right funny mood. She's never said a word all day.
Oh, well, I'll not complain about that.
Hey, is she in a funny mood?
I've no idea. Number of years we've been married, I've learnt to just let it all wash over me, you know what I mean?
Well, she seemed okay at breakfast. Hey, it's not that me and Gail have done, is it?
No, we've done now.
No, but only with us all living on top of each other. Well, look, you know how touchy she can be.
Look, you've done now, so stop fretting. I mean, if you're going to jump about like a scalded cat every time your mum looks at one of us the wrong way, I mean, none of us are going to get any peace, are we? Look, you do the same as I did. You take no notice. Now, come on, it's your move.
Okay.
Oh, give us half a lager, please, kid.
Still one of the unemployed, eh? No look at the job centre.
I haven't been to the job centre.
Well, that's funny. I could have swore Rita
She
said...
must have mistaken me for somebody else, and I've come here in for half a lager because I'm thirsty, right?
Keep your big gob shut, Bet. Stop in your humble place, Bet. Remember, you're only the hired help, Bet.
Belt up, Bet.
Now, you tell me. Did I need to go to the job centre?
How would I know, Us?
Well, let's put it this way. When a harassed employer finds out that one of his tried and trusted employees is free again at last, he does his very best to get her on his side. That's if he's got any common sense, and I happen to think he has.
So, Supermouth was right.
Supermouth is always right.
You didn't have any luck at the job centre. Look, I don't blame you for trying, but I tell you one thing. Never try and con the master.
Well, do you need me back or don't you?
Could be. But I'm not in the market for games. You know, now you see me, now you don't.
Who's playing games? I'm back for good this time.
Well, I do need someone to keep an eye on those slackers, that's for sure. I can't be there every hour of the day. Look, I'll tell you what, pop in and see me later, eh? Oh, no, hang on a minute. Bit busy this afternoon. Make it tomorrow, eh? Late morning.
Oh, but I've got
I told you tomorrow. Don't want to talk business here, do I?
Only pleasure, which is where the lovely I come in. Large weed killer, is it, for a large weed?
Bet, dear, don't you think that your constant baiting of Mr. Baldwin has ceased to be even faintly amusing?
Oh, I don't know, Mrs. Walker. It makes me happy. And if I'm happy, your customers are happy.
What sort of changes? What did he mean?
Gail, you must have asked me that at least 1,000 times since Mr. Sedgwick went. I don't know. He got that phone call and had to dash off. He said he'd be back at lunchtime, and that's all I can tell you.
It's all rotten of old dodgy Dawson not to even tell us. We're not flaming machines.
Well, it doesn't really matter now, does it? It seems to be a fait accompli.
What's going to happen?
I expect things will carry on pretty much as before, only under new management.
Emily, stop trying to put a brave face on it. I know you. You're as worried as I am. What sort of changes is he going to make?
Well, there'll be a different name over the door for a start, and we'll be serving...
Emily, I don't care if he calls it a Taj Mahal and starts serving poppadoms. What I want to know is, he going to change their staff or not? Have we got a job or not? Me and Brian are saving for a deposit. I can't afford to be out of work, Emily. I don't want to live with her forever. I want a home of me own. Emily, didn't he say anything?
I didn't get the chance to ask him, but I will the moment he comes back.
Promise?
I promise. And I'm sure it's going to be all right.
You're back early.
Am I? No, I'm not one for hanging round pubs on my own.
Well, I thought Vera went with you.
Oh, she's gone to precinct to see if there's any suitcases in that cut price shop.
Gee, I wish she'd go and get back off that trip already. She's driving me crackers with it.
Hey, guess who were in Rovers?
Prince Charles.
Elsie Tanner.
That does amaze me.
She was talking to Mike Baldwin. She's asked to come back.
I see. What did he say?
He told her to come round and see him tomorrow.
I see.
Is that all you can say? I see.
Do you mind I'm reading?
What the hell are you still doing here?
Why, where did you think I'd be? Out for a champagne lunch with my lover.
Oh, you got a lover, then?
Would you mind if I had? Would you notice if I had?
I meant I thought you'd still be at the cabin.
I bet you wouldn't. Like you don't notice this house is falling down round our ears. In fact, the only thing you do notice is football results and whether your pint pot's empty or full.
You're still on that lark again, aren't you?
Hoping I'd forget, did you?
Look, I've told you I'll do the flaming jobs. I'll do them. Just give us a list.
I've got a list. It's here. Read it.
Well, now.
Well, that's right.
Imitation log gas fire. 2 rooms knocked into one. Kitchen units. Where the hell do you get ideas like this? I'm not knocking 2 rooms into one.
Why not? A lot of people do. Till as it is like that. You get a lot more space. You can do a lot more with one big room.
But you just said you wanted some painting doing.
You said a bit of paint. I said I wanted a house fit to live in. Give it to you. Forget it.
What?
I said forget it. What's the use? You never do anything I want. You never see anything my way. Top and bottom is you don't damn well care.
Oh, now don't talk rubbish,
It's
woman.
not rubbish. You don't care. I mean, if you did care whether I was happy enough, if you did give a damn whether I... Well, look at Christmas present I got. Or rather, didn't get.
How many more times have I got to tell you? I'm getting you a flipping bracelet, aren't I?
And we are well into the new year, and I still haven't got it, and I don't flaming well want it.
Well, don't flame in everything.
Did you, for one moment, take 5 minutes off from your boozing and your mates to say, oh, it's Christmas, a time for giving. What can I get my wife to show she's appreciated? What can I get her to make her feel like a woman again? Did you? Did you, hellas like? It's like this list. It's not what I want. It's never what I want. Always what you want. Well, I told you last week, and I'm telling you today, and I'm going to go on telling you, I am sick to rotten death of the way we are living and the way we are.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means, Len, I don't think I can put up with this much more. That's what it means.
Come in.
Have you got a minute?
Are you darling any time? You don't make it any longer, will you? Got a date in town at 6.
Well, this won't take more than a minute. I just want a straight yes or no to a question.
Go on.
Is it true that you've asked Elsie Tanner to come back here as supervisor?
No.
Oh. Well, that weren't what I heard.
I don't know what you heard. And quite frankly, I couldn't care less. When I appoint a new supervisor, whoever that may be, that is my business. It's got nothing to do with the girls, or Elsie, and certainly nothing to do with you.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Mr. Baldwin. It is my business. I've been doing that job in all but name ever since she left. In fact, if it hadn't been for me doing 2 jobs for the price of one, you wouldn't have had half output. I just want recognition, that's all.
Ivy, you stepped in, you filled a gap, I'm not denying that. But at any time, did I indicate it was going to be permanent? Now, did I?
You're understood.
Not by me.
Well, are you getting in a supervisor?
Well, obviously, we can't go on as we had been doing, can we? Hand to mouth. Especially with young Steve gone. So?
So I'm putting in for a job. I mean, I'm as well qualified as most. I'm better than some. That's something you can't deny. And I'll tell you something for nothing, Mr. Baldwin. You might not decide on me, but if you decide on her, you've got problems.
That's some sort of a threat. I don't like threats, Ivy.
No, I'm just making a statement of fact. Them girls won't put up with it, never mind me. I mean, can you see them taking orders from a woman who just swans in and out of her job? She pops off to Torquay for a few weeks with a fancy fella and then comes back as smooth texter. And I'll tell you something, Mr. Baldwin. Can you see any of them doing it? And then expecting to get taken back without a bat of an eyelash? Can you? So I'm just saying, before you make any decisions. I mean, do you want a smooth-running factory with a contented workforce? Or don't you?
Sorry about that. I'm here now. Shall we get down to it then?
Mr. Sedgwick, before we start to go into details of any changes you may intend to make, can you tell me where we stand, Gail and myself, that is?
Where you stand? How do you mean?
Are we to carry on as before, working here?
You want to?
Well, yes, I think so. So does Gail.
Well, that's it then. Now, what time do you normally open as a rule? 9 o'clock?
Well, one of us is usually here by 9. We don't always both...
Well, make it 8:30 in future, if you don't mind. The both of you. And inform Mrs. Watson in the back. There's going to be some structural alterations here, but it shan't bother you for a week or so. I want these tables shifting, though, to make room for the jukebox.
Jukebox?
Have you got anything against music, Mrs. Bishop?
No, of course not. Well, that is, my late husband used to be a semi-professional musician, as it so happens.
You'll be used to a few tunes around the place. Now, like a good tune to liven up the atmosphere, eh? You ask that young Gail. I bet she's well up on the top 20 out discoing every night.
Gail's married, Mr. Sedgwick.
You don't tell me. Not that little girl. Why, she doesn't look old enough to have left school. Get younger and younger these days, don't they? Well, I dare say you've heard about this new lorry park they've opened up at the back of Canal Street.
Middle of November, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Dawson told me you don't get many lads in here, though.
The lorry drivers? Oh, no, well, it's hardly their sort of place, is it?
It's going to be, love. In the future.
I beg your pardon?
Well, let's wait and forget about these fancy French cakes and loaves. Bacon and egg butties, something a big lad can get his teeth into. That's what we're going into from now on.
Oh, but...
And when we're properly organised, fry-ups. Sausage, eggs, beans, chips, black pudding, the lot. That's where the profit is. Look, how much profit do you think there is in that little old bloke I saw sitting in here this morning with his tea and toast? Or your old lady with a cream bun? Not enough to buy the batteries for my pocket calculator.
But this is a tea shop. You're talking about changing the whole character of the place.
I'm talking about making brass, love. And that's the name of the game. So, when are we going to put this jukebox, then? Any bright ideas?
Aye, got your naughty knickers packed, have you, the pair of you?
Oh, aye, Hilda's been sewing black lace frills all over her long johns, isn't that right, love?
We're taking no naughty undies with us. You don't take calls to Newcastle, do you? Hey, we'll buy some at there. Give old man a thrill echo.
I'm buying nothing. I've told them all, expect no presents. I don't believe in wasting my money on souvenir junk, what you can get for half the price here.
Aren't you even fetching me a little trinket back from Dior, Hilda? After all, I am doing you a big favour.
All right, what favour's that?
Keeping an eye on your stand for you, aren't I? I'll keep an eye on yours as well if you want to, for the price of one.
Hey, you don't have to do that, kid. He can do what he wants while I'm away. I shall.
And my stand doesn't need supervising, thank you very much. He'll not get up to no trouble, bless him.
I dare say you're right, Hilda. Not troubling naughty knickers anyway. He's past it, poor lad.
He is not.
Oh, well, you said it, not me. So just you remember while you're canning away, showing your suspenders through all them dirty old men in black berets. Say to yourself, that dirty old man I've got at home's better than all them dirty old men they've got here.
Why is it, when things French are mentioned in this establishment, that the conversation almost always assumes a somewhat vulgar tone?
Could it be, perhaps, that we're somewhat vulgar people?
You see, the French have given us so much in the fields of art, of haute couture, of haute cuisine.
Ah, but they won't take our lamb, though, will they, Mrs. Walker?
And the women, particularly. Oh, they have an unmistakable chic. Did I ever tell you that I have often been taken for a French woman?
No, Mrs. Walker.
Is it 'cause she eats garlic?
Yes, Elsie, you've been very patient, love.
Oh, it's one of my virtues, you know. I've just come in for a packet of fags and some cashew nuts. I shouldn't, but I think fancy it.
You shouldn't which?
Neither. Hey, she's just like me, you know. No self-control.
Hey, well, you better watch it when you get over to France, then, aren't you?
Watch it. I'm counting on it.
Oh, well, love, we can't keep meeting like this, you know.
Hello, Elsie.
Listen, I take it that little matter you were talking about with me, you haven't decided on it yet, eh?
How do you mean?
Well, the job. Look, do I have to come over there tomorrow morning? I mean, you know me, inside out, you know everything I do. Do we have to be so formal? If you just say I'm coming back, I'll put my pinny on and nip over first thing in the morning, there'll be no palaver.
I've told you. See me about 12, OK?
All right, if you want to make it formal, OK, I don't mind. Just trying to save you time, that's all. See you, kids.
Charlo.
2 large scotches, darling, and one for yourself if you cut out the jokes for once.
To please you.
Anything.
You're taking Elsie back, then?
Am I?
She seems to think so.
Well, I'd like to take her back. Things are getting me down as hell. But if I do, I've got this old woman to contend with, haven't I?
Ivy objects.
Extremely loudly. So, apparently, with half the workforce behind her.
So don't take Elsie back?
Well, let my staff dictate to me. Anyway, I've got to have someone else. Who knows what old scrubber I might end up with. At least I know I can trust Elsie.
What about Ivy?
Well, she's punting for the job, yeah, but she's a machinist, isn't she? Damn good one, too. Can't see her as a supervisor, not permanent. Too many problems. Anyway, cheers.
From where I'm standing, there's not much to cheer about, mate.
Well, look at it this way, mate. Whatever your problems are, you're better off than I am.
How do you work that out?
Well, you've only got one female to contend with. I've got a factory full.
What are you doing home at this time?
I live here, remember? Perhaps you haven't noticed lately.
I only asked.
I have been in that shop, your shop, since 6:15 this morning without so much as a cup of tea. I thought I was entitled to 5 minutes. What's your excuse?
Don't do that now.
Oh, don't tell me you've got somebody else in mind, like you. Well, go on, surprise me.
I was going to do that before I left.
Aye, like everything else, when you get round to it.
Well, don't put him in there.
I know this may come as something as a surprise to you, Len, but this is where I do the washing up.
I'm going to have a shave in there, aren't I?
I see. What am I supposed to do with this lot? Take 'em upstairs, do 'em in bath?
It's cold enough to freeze the hairs off me chest up there.
Oh, I do know. I was in there at 5:30 this morning. And you know what you can do about it, don't you? You can fix that heater you've been threatening to do since the year, Dot, for a start.
Now, don't start that again.
I'm not starting anything. I'm merely pointing out what the rest of civilization has known for yonks. That if we had a few of the mod cons that other folk have, folk not nearly as well off as us, I might add, then who knows, perhaps we could have a wash in comfort in the bathroom in the morning, and I wouldn't have to fight my way to the sink through shaving soap and razor blades.
Oh, good afternoon, Vera.
I'm not that late.
By heck, if ever you get to France, it'll be a miracle.
Listen, I'll get there if I have to swim all the way.
What's that for?
Sniff it.
Bacon fat.
Is it, Egg? It's my new perfume. I thought I'd treat myself, you know. By heck, them froggies are in for a treat, kid. It'll make some French eyebrows curl, this.
Phew, I don't know about French. It's making my eyes flaming water from here. Vera, if you can't get a subtle message across, love, without drowning yourself in it, I reckon it's time you get up trying.
Hello, Mr. Tatlow.
When am I going to get a bit of service?
Have you ordered anything?
Nobody's been to ask me yet.
You're supposed to go to the counter and order it now on your way in, then we bring it to you.
But I thought it were you that was supposed to be doing the service.
Don't blame me. It's Mr. Sedgwick's idea.
No, did he see you when he's at home?
The new boss. He says it'll save time when we're busy. He's right to know.
Yes, well, you're not busy, are you? Not yet, any road.
All right, what do you want?
Look, they tell me you do a good line in bacon butties.
They tell you right.
Right, well, I'll have one. And a cup of tea.
Anything else?
Not just yet. Hey, make sure that tea's fresh. If it's stewed, you get it back.
Got it. Won't be a minute. It's not illegal, you know, selling toast.
It seems such a waste, doesn't it?
Waste?
We'd built up such a nice clientele here. Folk you could pass the time of day with and listen to their problems. I felt that some of our customers were almost personal friends.
They've not put them all on a boat and shipped them to Australia, you know.
I know. But they're hardly likely to come in here when it's full of the type of customers Mr. Sedgwick has in mind, are they? Do you know what he's planning to do now?
Put us in little miniskirts with little white fluffy tails.
He's only talking about putting a jukebox in here. A jukebox?
Really? Well, that should liven the place up a bit.
Surely you're not on his side.
Well, I can see his point. I mean, there's not much fun in having your dinner in a place that's as lively as a crematorium waiting room, is there?
Bit early for you, isn't it, Len?
Has she been getting at you and all? It's a wonder she doesn't put a flipping advert in the Gazette.
I don't know what you're talking about. I merely meant that we don't often see you in here before midday. It seemed a perfectly innocent thing to say to me.
I'm sorry, love. It's just there's a certain woman I know seems to think I should spend a lot less time boozing and more time doing a few odd jobs around the house. Nothing out of the ordinary, you know, just installing a new heating system, knocking a couple of rooms into one, putting in a new kitchen. The sort of thing I can do in my dinner hour, you know.
Good for her.
You what?
I don't know how she stuck it as long as she has. It would break my heart if I had to live in that house. It really would.
Not you and all. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on, Len. Most of that house of yours hasn't seen a lick of paint since you shared it with Ray and Jerry. It was hardly a place for a woman then, and time has certainly done nothing to improve it.
Women. They're all the same.
And where would you be without us? Answer me that.
I'm just off now, Mrs. Walker.
You can't have finished already, Mrs. Alden. You can't have touched the spare bedroom.
Ah, Thursday's my day for that now, Mrs. Walker. New Year resolution. Set days for different rooms, you see, so as I can give them all a good going over.
I see. Well, perhaps when you have sorted out your diary for 1980, you will make an appointment for my hall, because I'm ashamed to take people through it.
Now, wait a minute, I know that one. Oh. Yeah. Lee Vestibule.
Vestibule.
It's French, you know.
Well, I hope the French realise it.
When are you off, Hilda? It can't be long now.
No, next week. That's why I'm working my fingers to the bone, you see, to make a bit extra.
You've left it a bit late, haven't you?
Oh, no, I've got my fare put by, but I'll need a few bob more for spends.
You should have got yourself an Aspinall's coach, shouldn't you?
Aspinall's? What have they got to do with it?
He's paying for the girls to go. The fare, any road. Didn't you know?
No, I didn't. Right, so very much.
Does Mr. Baldwin know that Aspinalls are paying for their girls to go?
If he doesn't, he soon will.
Don't tell us you've just been to job centre and ended up getting itched at Big Boss.
Neither.
Boss at job?
No, both of them. I haven't been to the job centre.
Oh, that's a relief. I don't think we could stand you getting another job. Think of the effect it'd have on our takings.
Oh, I see. That's the way things are, is it? Well, in future, you'll have to get somebody else to pay for your posh holidays in Spain, won't you?
You've not got fixed up, then?
Well, nothing actually signed, sealed and delivered, but I have heard that they're wanting in the factory area a supervisor. And who better for the job but somebody that knows it inside out?
Baldwin?
Yeah, but don't say anything to anybody, at least until after dinner. I should hate anybody to think I'd got the job until I'd got it, least of all Baldwin.
Fine, mate. Get yourself a drink.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
All right. What do you reckon to it, Mrs. Bishop? You all right there, will it?
I thought you were getting a jukebox. You never said anything about gambling.
Right. Jukebox is going over there. Happy?
Seeing as you're asking, no, I'm not. Not happy at all. I mean, well, do you honestly feel that this is the right place to put something like that?
It's good thinking. Be better off nearer the door. Get the last 10p before they go. It's not like me to miss something as obvious as that.
That is not what I meant, Mr. Sedgwick. I don't think that that sort of thing should be in a place like this at all. We get quite a lot of young people in here, and I don't feel we should be encouraging them to throw away their money like this.
Well, they're going to throw it away somewhere, aren't they? So why shouldn't they throw a bit of it in my direction?
But it's just putting temptation in their way.
Right. It's called business sense. Anyway, it's not the kids I have in mind. It's the lorry drivers from the new park. Once they start using the place, they'll only be too happy to have something to take their minds off their jobs while they're having their tea and butties. You mark my words. It'll be one of the star attractions, will that?
I see. And what other star attractions do you have lined up for their delight?
Well, not a lot. Jukebox, fags machine, that's about it, really. A mate of mine's trying to get a hold of a pin table for me. At the right price, mind. I'm not counting me chickens. But if we do get it, we'll go somewhere over there. Look, the longer we keep them in here, the more money they spend. And they'll keep coming back. Well, cheer up. It's not going to mean any extra work for you and the kid.
Her name is Gail.
All you and Gail have to do is keep their bellies filled for it. Look, I'm not in this game for the good of me health, Mrs. Bishop. It's got to pay off. And the only way to make it pay is to give the punters what they want. Service. With a smile.
It's been a long morning, hasn't it?
It's with his lordship sat there. He never took his eyes off us. We had an onion seller used to come round with, you know. He were French.
Oh, thank you very much for that little gem of information, Vera. Made my day, is that?
He had a little beret, you know how they do at side of his head.
The fella at Court Warehouse has a beret, but he's not French.
Spoken French and all.
Oh, him at Court? Well, I never do.
Only in Sally Attorney.
Well, he would if he were French, wouldn't he?
Sasha's the man, I think he were called.
This Stell, oh, I've seen him, I'll tell you.
He don't sell onions.
Why, heck, but I bet he knows them. He can take me for a ride on his bike any day of the week.
You're welcome to 'em.
What?
Frenchies. Only ever met one as I know of. I think you were at Victoria Station. I bumped into him at booking office.
Hey, don't tell me what spitting image of Lewis Jordan.
He was spitting image of Stan Ogden, and he stank of garlic. Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to make a phone call in there, and it happens to be important. Now, pipe down, will you?
Yes.
Now, if I have to tell you again today, I'm going to dock your money. Got it?
By gum, nothing changes, does it?
What's she doing here?
I asked her to come, OK? Now, get on with it. Come in, Else. I'm just on the phone. I won't be, mate.
Well, you heard what he said. Don't let me stop you.
Hey, you reckon he's going to...
I don't reckon anything. But I'll tell you something for note. If she thinks she's coming back here as supervisor, he knows exactly what to expect from us.
Thought we might have been busier than this.
Oh, another quarter of an hour should make all the difference.
Yeah, well, the sort of fellas I want to see in here don't have lunch hours. They eat when their bellies tell them to. And that's most of the time. Look, love, I don't mind you making the punters feel at home. But don't overdo it, eh?
He's not a punter, Mr. Sedgwick.
Oh?
He's my husband.
Oh, I see. Well, what do you reckon to it then, son? Be telling your mates about it, shall you?
Well, most of them come here any road. Hey, it's just what we wanted, this. Somewhere to get a bit decent lunch at a fair price. Have a chat in our own language, you know.
I'm very pleased to hear it. You keep on putting the word about. Do yourself a lot of good.
What, me?
You and your missus. Use the extra cash, couldn't you? Look, when we get the right fellas in here, you'll have as much overtime as you can handle. And they're not stingy with their tips. That's if they get value for money and service with a smile.
You can rely on me.
Oh, I never had any worries about you, love.
I see. So that's the way it is. 'Cause they left you in the lurch, that's the end of it as far as you're concerned.
Can you blame me after some of the things you said to me?
No, I suppose not. But it just shows what a rotten judge of character I am. At least I thought you'd have had the guts to stand up straight and tell me outright.
I have. If that was the reason, I'm not taking you back. As far as I'm concerned, that's forgotten and over with. I thought you were a very good supervisor. You knew your job, and when you worked for me, you worked. Which is more like to say than that lot out there.
So?
I'm sorry, but that's beside the point. There's just not a job here for you, Elsie.
I see. I see. Well, why couldn't you have mentioned it when I dragged you back in here? Why did you ask me to come over this morning? Or unless it was some sort of sick joke that you wanted to get your own back, stringing me along for leaving you in the lurch.
I'm not stringing you along, Elsie. I invited you over to put you in the picture, which I've done. There is not a job for you here. There's no point in discussing it any longer. Look, I've got to go. I'm meeting the buyer from Tate's in 10 minutes.
Well, don't let me stop you.
Well, I'll be seeing you. Good luck. Something's bound to come along.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
What do you make of that, then?
Do you reckon she's coming back?
I don't flaming know, do I?
Well, I'd have thought you'd have asked her.
Well, it's not Monkey I intend to talk to. It's organ grinder, just as soon as he gets back from his dinner.
About flaming time, I know.
What's wrong with you putting kettle on? I'll not resign in protest, you know.
What kept you?
I've been to Morrison's, haven't I?
Morrison's, what for?
Get us some leaflets.
What kind of leaflets?
I thought they'd give us a few ideas, you know. They've got a gorgeous split-level cooker in there. It's got an electric oven and a gas hob that fits into a stand thing. It's got teak doors and all. Well, one its showroom has, anyway.
We've already got a cooker.
Len, I've about as much chance of coming up on pools as I have to get that oven to work properly. Now, this is the one they have in showroom. It's not that colour, but it'll give you some idea.
We can't afford this kind of stuff.
Don't talk daft. Of course we can. You'd get it at trade. There's no labour to pay for.
Oh, I see. And who's supposed to be earning the corn while I'm up to my eyes in this lot? It's not a Sunday morning job, you know.
Did you or did you not say I could make a list of the jobs I wanted doing?
Make a list, yes. You didn't say anything about rebuilding the flaming house. If that's your idea of making a list, you want to forget it.
We have 2 businesses, Len, and our biggest outgoing each week is what you spend on booze. I ask for nothing. I just think I'm entitled to a home worthy of the name.
You've already got a home.
I've got a roof over me head. In my book, that's not the same thing. You've only to walk in Tilsley to see what you can do with a little place like this. It's like walking in a different world in there.
I think we're back to Tilsley's, are we? Perhaps while you're at it, you'd like a dining room suite like Annie Walker's or a carpet like Elsie
I
Tanner's.
just want a home I can be happy in, and not this dump.
This dump, as you call it, has been my home for more years than I care to remember. Mine and a few others. No one's complained about it before. And neither did you till you started getting these fancy ideas.
That doesn't mean to say it's got to stay like that as long as it's standing. It's not a flaming museum to the downtrodden masses, you know. Len, I'm sick of coming home every night to a place that at times is hard done to do justice to a pigsty and to a fella who can't see further than the top of his pint pot.
See. For your information, I'm still the fella you married, you know.
Oh, no, you're not. You couldn't hold a candle to the fella I married. The one that chased me all the way to the airport to get me to say yes. The one who would have followed me halfway around the world if I'd have turned him down. No way, Len. That feller'd have got me a Christmas present if he'd had to crawl on his hands and knees. Because in them days you thought about something else other than yourself.
Not that Christmas present again, please.
I was even prepared to believe you when you said you didn't have time. You'd get me something later.
So I'm going to. A gold bangle. What's up with that?
Nothing. Nothing at all. If you'd ever got round to getting it. But oh no. You'd rather spend best part of your day with your boozy mates, wouldn't you?
Hey, now, just
Like
a minute.
New Year's Eve. Couldn't wait to get shut of me, could you? Big giggle that, weren't it? Not a thought as to how I felt.
It's just a bit of fun.
Oh, aye. Who for? Oh, go on, tell me. Because it's certainly not the word I'd choose. When did you last see anything from my point of view, Len? Or anyone else's point of view? It's always what you want, the way you see things. Everything always has to fall in with your plans. Well, I've had it, Len. I've had it right up to here.
And you're not the only flaming one.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Rovers. I think I might feel a bit more at home with those, what do you call them, those boozy mates of mine. I'll have a pie and a pint. And if I speak to Bet nicely, she might serve it to me in a flaming trough.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Aye? Oh, belt up, Vera. Could I have a word, Mr. Baldwin, please?
What is it, Ivy?
So that visit you had, you know, before dinner.
Oh, Elsie, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one.
Fire away.
Well, in private.
I don't think that's necessary, Ivy.
Suit yourself. If you don't mind, I don't. Look, Mr. Baldwin, Elsie Tanner walked out of here. She just swanned off to Torquay without so much a thought to us lot.
That's right.
And we reckon we've managed quite nicely, thank you very much, without her.
Will you get to the point?
Right, I will. We need Elsie Tanner back here like we need a dose of bellyache. I'm sorry it's come to this, Mr. Baldwin, but I did give you fair warning, didn't I?
Is that it?
Yes, I said my piece, yes.
Right, now let me tell you something. What you said was absolutely right. We did have a few problems when she left for a couple of days, but we sorted them out and now everything's going okay. There's no need for her to come back, and that's exactly what I told her. She's not coming back here because there isn't a job for her.
There's no job, but
and that's the
what about
first thing. The second thing is I don't like threats from you or anybody else. If I'd have wanted Elsie back, I'd have taken her back. You could have threatened to pull the roof down. It wouldn't have made a ha'porth of difference. Got it?
Yes.
And there's one more thing. I said just now that things are going okay, and they are. And they're going to stay that way. Because if they don't, you've got me personally to answer to. And I'll tell you one last thing. You get up my nose just once, and you'll be crawling on your hands and knees for Elsie to come back. Okay. The show's over. Now get on with it.
Can't we turn that thing down? I said, can't we turn that thing down?
Oh, I don't think so. Mr. Sedgwick says we haven't to touch it. There's a telephone number if anything goes wrong.
I can't stand this much longer. My head's throbbing.
You'll get used to it.
Ready?
Is it that time already?
It is, yeah.
Emily, is it all right? It's 1:45.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'll get me coat.
Right. Hey, he doesn't let the grass grow under his feet, does he?
What do you reckon then?
Oh, he's got some good records. Give us 10p. Oh, go on, love, I've got no change.
And if the boss has his way, you won't have either. I thought we were going.
We are. Just fun.
Come on, kid, cheer up. You're not on scrap heap yet.
Yeah, I'm not exactly setting the town on fire, am I?
And you've not got a lot to say for yourself tonight either, Fairclough.
You know why, don't you? You're doing enough yakking for the pair of us. I'll see you.
Not too soon, I hope. He's at a funny age, you know.
Oh, aren't we all, kid?
Ah, I thought I'd find you here.
Bonasante, Hilda.
No, not just now, Tar. I'm supposed to be working. I've only popped over for a minute.
Bonasante, it's French. It means good health.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Bonasante to you and all. Now, look, I haven't got long, but I happened to hear something at dinner time that might just help to relieve us financial burden.
You what?
The French trip. It was Len Fairclough what told me.
Told you what?
About Aspinall's girls.
Well, what about them?
Well, firm's paying for them to go, aren't they? Of course, they've got to find their own spends.
Jammy beggars.
You're not thinking what I think you're thinking, are you?
Well, why not? Now, Baldwin should pay by my reckoning. We'll be his personal representatives, won't we? He's not going himself, so he's sending us, like.
Well, when you put it like that, Hilda, I think you've got something there.
Yeah, well, I just thought I'd mention it.
To Vera.
Well, yeah.
Not to Baldwin.
Ah, well, I thought there might be strength in numbers, you know, united we stand and all that.
Spoken like a true son of the soil. We'll have it out with him first thing in the morning.
Right, I best be off then.
Bonjour, Hilda.
Oh, bonjour. Ta-ra, then.
Ta-ra, love.
Right, I wish I was a lady of leisure. I've been on my feet all day.
No, you don't.
Can't be that bad. Celebrating, are we?
Nope.
There's the table over there. Why don't you both take the weight off your feet? I'll bring them over.
Oh.
The same again, Elsie.
Yes, thanks.
Okay.
Good kid.
What's up? You were bright as a new penny this morning. What's happened?
Oh, no, that's the trouble. I wish something had happened.
Like what?
Oh, you know me, always setting myself up to get knocked down again. I was dead certain sure I was going to get that job at Baldwin's.
And you didn't?
Right.
What did he say?
Not much. Just said the job wasn't there, that's all.
I see.
I wish I did. He told me himself he needed some help.
Elsie, I don't know if I should be telling you this.
Telling me what?
You've got to forget where you heard it from.
Heard what?
I reckon I know why you didn't get that job.
Do you?
I think it would been up to Baldwin. You'd have been working there first thing tomorrow, but he didn't want any aggro.
Aggro? What aggro? Who's caused any aggro? Unless somebody else was after that job. Thanks, kid. Thanks a lot.
Rita? Rita? Rita?
Where the hell are you going with that?
Like you said, Len, it's your house. Hope you both be very happy.
Rita?
Goodbye, Len.
Hello.
Have you got a couple of pegs you can let me have?
Pegs.
Pegs? You know, them thing that gypsies make. They're like clips, really. In theory, they should last a lifetime, but somehow or other they just walk. You know, my dad had a very bad accident with a peg. They left it in his long johns.
You're a cup holder, then.
What's up with you? You look grouchy this morning. Didn't you put sugar on your Rice Krispies or something?
I've just got up, haven't I?
Ah, it's rotten, isn't it? Breaking the ice on the kitchen sink. You should do like Shitori, get some central heating in.
You snuggle down, Chuck.
Yes?
I heard there might be a room going.
Who told you that, Petal?
A fellow that runs a newspaper kiosk outside the commercial hotel, actually.
Well, look, the thing is, love, I only take people who are in the profession. Theatrical profession.
Oh, well, I am a singer. A vocalist, you know, not a sewing machine.
I'm not asking for an audition, Petal. Come in, we'll have a chat.
Thanks.
Right, lads. Last one. Straight on the work. Right, 8:30. Job's cracked. Hey, your blood's worth bottling. You've earned your corn. Come on. Shop fitters. I've never seen anything like it. Mind your backs, ladies.
Hey, that's our counter. That's our counter.
Hey, Joe, how's the electric? Is the fat bubbling all right?
Mr. Sedgwick, they can't take the counter. Are we in the right place? Everything's changed. Where do you work from if there's no counter? How did you do it all?
Well, we moved in Saturday, been here all day Sunday. Cost me a bob or two. No loss of business, though. Hey, look at that Mrs. Bolton. Going away like a good un. You'll do me, Mrs. Bolton.
I'm not a skivvy, you know. I'm a qualified cook.
Yeah, we've all got to muck in at the moment, eh? That right, ladies? What do you think, then? Eh? Well, what should we call it? I'm offering prizes. A free bacon butty every day for a year.
Mr. Sedgwick, I've ordered all our usual cakes.
Council, love. Come and have a look at this, eh? Look at this lovely fat. Go on. Have the first dip.
Oh, back me first dip.
Oh, be my guest.
Oh.
This is all I've got left, Petal. Well, it is panto season, you see, and we are a bit pushed.
This'll do me fine.
Bathroom's back top upstairs. There's a payphone and I do breakfast, but not after 9.
Not after 9, right.
I usually ask for a week's rent in advance, so you will come down later, won't you?
I'll be down. I shan't run off.
Then there's a telly lounge, but I suppose you'll be appearing.
Appearing?
Appearing, you know, wherever you're appearing, doing your act.
Oh, yeah.
Suppose you do mostly clubs.
That's right, mostly clubs.
I've never played clubs. My last engagement was at Moss Empires. Me and my late husband had a knife-throwing act. Look, if you did want some breakfast, there's still time. Anyway, pop down a bit later and we'll have a chatter. Well, go on, Vera. Take God a cup of tea in. You can tap him up for Lolly. That's what you've been itching to do, innit?
Tap him up for Lolly. You don't half talk common Ivy Tilsley.
Go on, get in there. Hey, tell him the Aspinalls lot are getting this French trip free gratis on firm and all.
We've only heard it from Hilda, you know.
Listen, Hilda's got it right, Vera. For once, she's come up with a little gem.
Hey, I were at Washerette talking to Doreen Clegg that works in packing. She confirmed it. All they've got to find is the spending money.
Lucky spuds, then, aren't they, Vera, compared to you?
Hey, Mr. Baldwin, can I just have a word? What about? Just a minute. Do you know you don't half look out and thirsty again? Why don't you have a cup of tea with us?
Oh, no, thank you.
Cross me out and up to date. It's not poisoned, is it?
Well, not this week, it's not.
Well, arsenic's very pricey.
You know, you are 3 barefaced chances.
Chances?
Yeah, get the boss drinking tea with us and there's a chance we'll still be drinking it in half an hour's time.
Well, I will be straight with Mr. Baldwin. I did want a word. You see, there's this story going around.
Oh, stories now, is it? Yarn swapping. I bet you'd half used to come with poor old Elsie, eh?
Yeah, well...
Once you got on her war stories about how she took on the whole American Air Force single-handed. Well, I am too young to remember the war.
Well, tea breaks did used to stretch a bit. I'm beginning to wish Elsie was back.
Aye, and there'll be a few more flaming war stories and all when she finds out why she didn't.
She can find out for me.
Come on, thanks. Let's get out of this cafe.
I've had a bad morning. Come to think of it, I've had a bad flaming week.
Worst time of the year when you're looking for work.
I know. frosty eyes everywhere you go. The cold shoulder. Not even the price of your shoe leather home.
Being the wrong side of 50 don't help either, does
You
it?
can say that again, it doesn't look.
No good getting bitter, though.
Don't know, that just depends. When you've been done out of a good job by a so-called neighbour and former colleague, bitterness does tend to creep in a little bit, I might say. Still, another couple of gins and I can forget I'm no longer 18. Hey, Mrs. Walker, I'm a fix for a couple on the slate.
No such thing as a slate nowadays, dear. Good Lord, the slate went out with balaclavas and trolley buses.
All credit cards now, isn't it? They've taken the place of the
Yeah,
slate.
yeah. Mind you, a slate could be white, couldn't it? I mean, that's one good thing to say about a slate.
Stan, don't look now, but somebody's left their change on the bar.
Hey, there's nearly £3 there.
Must be them two fellas what just left.
Lorry drivers, I'll bet you. They've got bags of money these days, lorry drivers.
Do you know something, Chuck? I was lying in bed this morning reckoning up, and I thought to myself, here am I going to France tomorrow, and I'll be lucky if I've got £5 in my purse.
You've got 8 now, haven't you?
You can't just snaffle it, Stan. They might remember and come back.
Well, they have a car. They've been miles away by now.
Give it us then.
I'll give it you outside.
Give it us now. Mrs. Walker?
Yes, dear.
Somebody's left their change. Now, don't you be supping all afternoon. Thank you.
Hey, Stan, got out good on the nags for today, have you?
I'm back in donkeys, aren't I?
Sit down, lasses. I'll get him in. What are you having? Usual? Bert? Are you going to go and sit with girls?
Are you joking? We're trying to pick a winner here, love, you know.
Hello, Elsie.
Hello.
Can I get you one?
All in your conscience, are you, Ivy?
Oil in my conscience? I've got notes on my conscience.
Oh, no. Doesn't bother you, then, that you did somebody out of a job?
We're just off to betting shop, love. See you at tea time.
All right, love.
Ta-ra.
Elsie, I don't want a screaming match with you.
Who's screaming?
Well, you're building up to it, aren't you?
You want flaming screaming at you do.
Well, you've got a brass nerve, haven't you? You just jack a job in and then come swanning back. What else do you expect to catch for a flaming cold?
You blackmail Baldwin.
Blackmail? Don't be daft, Elsie. All I did, I went and made representations on behalf of the girls against your reinstatement.
Baloney. You did me out of a good job. And why? Have you ever asked yourself why? Because you're a little tin pot busybody with a mind like a dried pea and a tongue 2 miles long.
Mrs. Tanner, if you don't mind, that is quite enough.
It's gone quiet.
Well, you must understand that we can't let these bills go on longer than 4 weeks. Well, I'm sorry, but if they do go on longer than 4 weeks, well, I've got instructions to take them out of the round.
What's up? Having to cope on your own today, are you, love?
And the world and his wife's been in this morning. I mean, it's so unlike Rita, because normally she'd either ring in or she'd send Len round to say something, but... No, not a word. Well, you do tend to worry.
Oh, you do, love. I'll just take the racing paper, 25p. I know I don't normally have it delivered, but, you know.
You'd be surprised how many people don't have the racing paper delivered.
I wouldn't, you know. Ta-ra, love.
Bye-bye. Hello?
Mavis, it's Rita.
Oh, Rita, at last. Honest, I've been that busy.
Mavis, has Len been in?
No, not this morning.
Well, listen, don't let him con you into running that shop on your own.
On my own? What about you? Oh, are you not coming in this afternoon either?
No, I'm not. And I shan't be, ever again. I've left him. And I mean I've left him for good.
I, of course, replied, when the Ludo game dies, smoke gets in your eyes.
When a Ludo game dies.
Lovely flame in it.
And do us the honours when you're done.
Oh, doing well for you, are we then? You know, like making you more profit.
Correction, I have been doing well for you. I have just done a very good bit of business over a very good lunch. So we all benefit, don't we? Oh, I know what you're thinking. There he is, Baldwin, the expense account boozer, but I have been doing the business.
There's done a few whiskies and all into the bargain.
There's no woman like you, Ida. Used to come down my street in Bermondsey, beating a big drum. Beware the evils of drink. She ran off with the rent man. Come to think of it, they never got the drum back either.
Hey, we'll be quite a big outfit then now, won't we? You know now trade's booming. We'll be nearly in the same league as Aspinall.
Aspinalls? That's shower. We're in the same league as them when business is rock bottom.
Oh, are we? Only they're paying for their lot, you know, to go on this French do.
Oh, well, they're not tight with the brass, aren't Aspinalls?
Mind you, you'll match them, won't you, pound for pound? Now you know.
I am already matching them pound for pound, aren't I, Vera?
Do you mean you'll pay for us to go?
I mean I'm not docking you for any days off. Now, am I docking any days off, am I? Eh?
Well, they're not docking either.
Are you sure about that, are you? You sure?
Hey, listen, their packet won't be like no fear.
Now, hang on a minute. I'm giving you 2 days' money out the till and I'm being accused of being mean. Here, give us that. You keep this lot up and I'll show you what being mean really is.
And you owe me for milk. And what's happened to your tongue?
Oh, belt up, Vera. I'm not going to flaming France, am I?
I did ask for tropical tan.
Oh, have I not given you tropical tan?
No, you didn't. They're not very tropical, if you know what I mean. More St. Helens than Saint-Tropez, if you understand me.
Well, the fact is, Elsie, I've been run off my feet all day, and what with all that noise, that mess from next door.
Yeah?
Well, really, Elsie, I've been put in a very difficult, well, not to say embarrassing position, you see. Well, I mean, if Rita...
Oh, I see you're having staff problems.
What flaming stuff problems?
I never open my mouth.
What's she on about?
Well, I was just saying to Elsie that it's been very hectic here on my own all day and not knowing.
Well, the day isn't over yet, is it?
Oh, are you filling in the breach sort of thing?
What do you mean, filling in the breach?
Well, we've got the evening papers to do, you know.
Look, Candy just sold you on for 1 day. I know you've got the evening papers to do, but I've got a boiler in pieces down Gladstone Street. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't had my dinner yet.
Well, that's all very well, Mr.
Look,
Fairclough,
Candy,
but it's
just
a bit-
cool it. Just persevere until 7 o'clock tonight. All right.
All right.
Are you there, Miss Littlewood?
What is it?
Oh, you are in, Petal. I wasn't sure if you'd gone out. Well, I was just making a cup of tea, so I thought, well, I'll be a bit nosy.
Oh, that's nice, thank you.
Oh, time drags, doesn't it, when you're resting?
Do you know, I must have just dozed off.
No, I mean resting in the professional sense, you know, between engagements. Mind you, they do say if you're in club bookings, it's fairly regular.
It's okay.
Between bookings now, are you?
Just at the moment.
And between men, unless I'm very much mistaken.
I can see you've got a nose for these things.
Oh, you have to be pretty sharp in my business. Otherwise, it might be a case of next stop the river.
Not quite that yet.
Anyway, I'll see you later, love. When you come down to pay a week's rent in advance, you know, I did mention it.
Oh, well, look, let's settle it now.
Well, if you're sure, Petal, I can do you a week for, say, 25. That means you have use at fire. You sure it won't leave you short?
As long as I'm not being twisted.
Oh, I wouldn't twist you, love. You sure you can manage it?
I can manage.
Right, thanks a lot. Take care.
I shouldn't bother being so finicky, Emily.
The food may not be attractive, Gail, but at least we can serve it attractively.
They just seem to like great dollops of everything.
Dollops?
Hey, Gail, there's 2 fellas over here starving to death. Come
Yeah,
on.
all right, it's coming up. It's all right, Emily. They don't like it cut into 4. They like doorsteps.
Doorsteps? Oh, I don't know what you think about all this, Mrs. Bolton.
I haven't made my mind up yet. I shall be doing, don't you fret.
Good night, Skinflint.
Could I have a word, Mr. Baldwin?
Here, come in, sit down, have a cigar. I've got nothing better to do than to gab with the cleaning staff.
Oh, well, it's just that I've heard as Aspinall.
You've heard Aspinalls are daft for their money. Well, I'm not with mine. Now, get off my back.
All I'm after's a saw.
Well, you're not getting one. Now, do you mind?
Well, you could stop it at so much a week.
Hilda, have you any idea how much extra work it causes? All this subbing and stopping?
Might as well take my name off then.
Hilda, haven't you got to push an appointment out there with a brush?
You might as well scrub my name off the French trip.
Well, hang on. I mean, you're not that hard up, surely. You got the fare, haven't you? I mean, you didn't expect all this for free, did you?
Well, no, but I mean, I've scrimped and saved and gone without all over Christmas, and now, well, I'll get over there, but I'll have nought.
Hang on. Here. Cop hold of that. Have a drink on me. But not a word to that lot out there.
What's that?
Well, go on then. Scoot.
Hello, Rita.
What the hell's that?
Hello, love. Remember me? Ozzy Oswald and little Dolly Daydream.
Oh, yeah. Where were it?
The Orinoco, remember? The old Orinoco. You were topping the bill and I were doing my vent act. Remember? Oh, now I come to think of it, I didn't have Dolly Daydream then. No, I had my little soldier lad, Tommy Atkins. Remember?
Yeah, of course I do, yeah.
I wasn't too good that night. Me bronchitis was playing me up a bit. But you were very kind. I haven't forgotten. Hey, all them years ago, eh? And I can see you now, on that stage in a blue, shiny dress, giving 'em what for, you know, for only a few of 'em, mind you. You know, I'd one too many, you know how they get. Mind you, most folks seem to like me. Had a very popular act at that time. Very popular.
Yeah, I remember you now. You've changed. Still, I suppose we all have.
Oh, aye, it happens to us all. Present company accepted, of course. You're still as beautiful as ever.
Get away with you.
Hey, when Mrs. Watts said she got a new lady in, I thought... Mentioned your name, she did, and I thought, no, it can't be. I had heard you got yourself married.
Yes, I did.
Didn't work, eh? He wasn't in the business, your husband?
No, he's not in the business.
No. They don't understand, you know. It's over 18 years since my Doris left me. Always on about me getting a proper job, she was. They just don't understand. They haven't got it in their blood.
Anyway, how are you getting on?
Well, I'm not breaking records, but no, I can't grumble. There's lots worse off, you know. I do a lot of children's parties. Had a great Christmas, you know. I do a bit of magic, and then there's always Dolly. Dolly's always with me, aren't you, Dolly, eh? Aye, I am that. How you getting on, Rita? All right?
I'm fine. Just looking round at the moment. No worry.
I'll keep my ears open. And if you hear about, tip us a wink.
I will.
When she mentioned your name, I thought, by heck. I won't keep you. Say ta-ra, Dolly. Ta-ra! Keep your chin up.
Hey, Len. What's up? You've got a face like a mop rag.
Oh,
A mop rag? You know, about an inch off the floor.
the ale.
That's when you've had enough of the food.
So we're off to sunny Spain. Hey, viva España. We're taking the Costa Brava Spain.
Well, it's near enough. I mean, we sang it going to Morecambe. Hey.
Wrap your purse round them. I've doubled my window money. 2 winners at Capri.
Oh, thanks a lot, sure.
Hey, you were, but...
when you're...
Hey, Stan, you'll be on your own, won't you, this weekend? Have you got out fixed up?
My stands are cut above them sort of monkey tricks.
Are you still mixing business with pleasure, you know, down Inkerman Street?
Oh, sure.
Well, at least he does a bit of business, which is more than your Jack does, especially this weekend.
Hey, that's nasty, that.
Fair stands the wind for France, then. Quotation, dear. Wordsworth. My favourite poet.
Here, move your arm, Betty.
Oh, it never stops going in this place.
I'm sorry, love. It's now you've done.
Oh, it's all right. Many a bullet comes over this bar, you know, but it's not fired at us.
Nobody's armour-plated, though, are they?
Still, I knew you weren't shooting at me, love. I could tell what was up.
Oh, aye?
Well, I mean, you know, with your Rita being in show business sort of, you know, part-time and singing in some nightclub tonight, I reckon. Stood there in all the fine feathers. It's bound to make you feel a bit badly done to.
Number 6 is Mrs. Bolton. Oh, it's going like a clap, isn't it?
I'm not certain what that means, Gail, but I'm sure you're right.
See that one in the red bubble cap? I gave him 5 sausages with his bacon and egg, and he still said, "Is that all I'm getting?" I like to see men enjoying the food.
It's quite a farmyard flavour, hasn't it?
Oh, come on, Emily, it's not all that bad. They're all right.
I'm sure they are, but I'm thinking more about our other customers. Can you imagine Mrs. Pickering coming in for a coffee when...
No, I see what you mean. Still, Mrs. Pickering was as funny one way as this lot are the other, won't she? You haven't lost all your regulars.
It's hardly Mrs. Pickering, is he?
Hey, it's a bit of all right, this.
Welcome to our establishment, sir. What can I get you?
Do you do bacon butties?
Certainly, sir. Rare, medium, or well done.
Oh, anyway, love, and a strong cup of tea.
Care to take a seat?
2 number 6s.
Making a fortune, are we?
Oh, there, Mr. Cedric. Yes, I suppose so, if they all pay.
Oh, they'll cough up. They're honest lads. Your middle classes that slope off without pay. Not these. Or they might break a chair or two if their eggs are a bit runny. But they'll pay their corner. How are you, then?
Oh, fine, thanks, Mr. Sedgwick.
How are you, Mrs. B, in the raging inferno?
Well, she never did say much, did she? She's going through sausages like there's no tomorrow.
Well, that's what I like to hear. Well, what about the name of the place, then?
Oh, I thought of one just now. How about the bacon butty?
Hey, that's not bad. Any bright ideas, Mrs. Bishop?
I did think of the feeding trough.
Yeah, well, it has got something going for it, I suppose. Not a lot. Anyway, I've decided. Something plain and straight. Call a spade a spade. Jim's calf. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? That's what we'll call it. Remember my motto. Nothing fancy.
Dance in the old-fashioned way. La-da-da-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da-da-dee.
Oh, it's a lovely song, that, you know.
It can be, yeah.
Oh, it can, yeah. Is that little fellow what sings it, Charles?
Aznavour.
Aznavour, that's him, yeah. Tiny little fella he is. I like little fellas.
Then why did you marry Stan?
Why do you think I like little fellas?
Hey, I bet you love. It's good as new.
Oh, thank the Lord for that. It's been driving me round the bend. Hey, does it get on your nerves when something just doesn't fit?
It fits now.
Oh, great. Thirsty work, was it?
I wouldn't say no.
What was that dreadful noise?
Oh, there wasn't none, Mrs. Walker. It was only me singing.
I'm drawing down the pipe, Mrs. Walker. Is that all right? Perfectly all right, dear. The traditional reward of the public house workman. That's better.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, I've given the toilets an extra special going over. Seeing as I won't be doing them for a few days, we're going to France.
Thank you, Mrs. Elton.
So think on, Betty. Don't let them go to rack and ruin.
Mrs. Elton, I would like to suggest, if I may, that you worry less about how we're going to behave during your absence and more about your own behaviour on the continent. You see, you are, after all, going as a representative of the British public.
Oh, I'm well aware of that, Mrs. Walker. And I know it's a very heavy responsibility. But you don't have to worry. I'm not going to put on any airs just 'cause I'm English and pretend to be something I'm not. No, I shall be exactly the same over there as what I am here. She worries too much, Mrs. Walker, doesn't she? Mind you, she's right, though. There's a lot of folk go abroad and show this country up somewhat rotten, you know. Goodness knows why, because there's no need to be hoity-toity. I mean, as long as you remember that they're foreigners and make allowances, that's all you need to do. There is one thing, though. They're very smart, some of these French women, aren't they? I wouldn't like them to think we're behind the door when it comes to fashion and that. You know that fur jacket of your Rita's? That had knocked her eye out. Still got it, has she?
I think so, yeah.
Is she coming home for a dinner?
I don't know.
Oh. Only the Shadow's coming for us at 3:30. You don't know what time she is coming back?
I've no idea.
Gatsby? Oh, Mr. Lancaster there, please. Oh. Well, when do you expect him in? Well, is Lorna there, please? Thanks. Lorna, it's Rita. What's happened to Ralph? Would pick today, wouldn't he? What time do you expect him back? Oh, well, I'll give him a ring then. Oh, fine. And you? Well, there's not much point, is there? Yeah, all right, though. See you. Ta-ra.
I wondered if you'd like a cup of coffee, Petal.
Oh, thanks. That's very nice of you.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I was just making one for myself, and I thought, now, I wonder if Miss Littlewood would like one, seeing as how she missed her breakfast this morning. It is Miss Littlewood, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Miss Littlewood.
Job hunting, are we? I couldn't help but overhear.
Well, I was just putting out a few feelers, you know.
It can be so degrading, can't it? You know, I made a vow very early on in my theatrical career. I said, once they stop coming to me, I'm not going to them. Not for one moment. That's why I bought this place.
Very wise. Well, I better drink my coffee before it gets cold. Yours will be getting cold too, won't it? Thanks again.
Hey, what do you think?
Couldn't you get them any longer, Vera?
I could have got them twice as long, but you can't be too obvious, can you, with these French fellas? It's not like over here, you know. Bye, I'll sweep them off the table.
With them on, you'll sweep them under tables.
You're going green, do you know? You're going green from neck up.
I am not going green, Vera. You can go to Flaming France every rotten week for all I care. Just get on with your work.
Oh, she's jealous and shad. Mind you, I don't know what I'm telling you for, because you're going green and all.
I'm not at Suet.
Anyway, forget it. You two have been all good in France, you. I mean, they like 'em tall, slim and sexy. You'll be all right in Arabia, but not in France. Hello?
God help us.
Now will you get on with your job?
Have you started on this order from Schwartz's yet?
It's next on, Mr. Waldman. We're just finishing Perryman's on.
You would have to go this flaming weekend, wouldn't you? Couldn't wait till we were slack.
Well, there's only 5 of us going.
There's 4 of you going, but they all count.
How do you mean 4?
Oh, the girl in packing, what's her name?
You don't mean Millie?
Yeah, that's right. Cried off an hour ago, she's ill.
Oh, poor kid. Well, we'd have taken care of her.
Oh, taking her appendix out on the coach, would you?
Hey, is that what she's got?
Yeah.
Hey, hang on a minute. That means somebody else can go, doesn't it?
Ivy, it's just gone 11. The coach picks him up at 3:30. Talk sense.
Well, I can get ready.
Hey, and so can I.
You're looking very smart this morning.
Oh, come out, you little devil. Ah, there we are. Yes, I'm going for a job, or at least an interview.
Oh, thank you. Somewhere nice?
Oh, a gown shop.
Oh, lovely.
I hope so. It's the only thing I know, really. The way I'm going to go on with prices of frocks as they are today, I really don't know.
It's daylight robbery, isn't it?
Morning. Has Mrs. Walker's lady arrived?
Oh, yes.
You know, if they brought out one called the Duchess, she'd order 2 a week, that one would.
You're not wrong. They are lovely.
Yeah?
Hey, you're looking a bit peaky this morning. Is she looking peaky?
Well, I was going to mention it, but I was thinking of a delicate way of putting it.
Oh, but she is, though. Are you feeling all right, lovey?
Yeah, I'm just a bit tired. I was here late with the evening papers, then I were up again at 5 with this morning's.
Thought you and Rita took it in turns.
Yes, we do normally. But she's ill.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No serious, I hope.
Well, I don't know the details, really.
Well, Len never said anything this morning. In fact, he told Hilda Ogden that Rita won't be home for a dinner.
Well, she'd probably gone to the doctor's.
Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? You don't think of Rita's being ill, do you?
No, she just seems sort of indestructible, doesn't she?
Hey, roll on 3:30.
Hey, did you mean what you said about being ready in time for the bus?
Yeah, of course I did.
Come here, no.
I thought you didn't like abroad.
Well, I've changed my mind. Hey, shall we ask him? Ask him what? Which one of us can go?
Well, I'm senior, aren't I?
You went into act last time. Why not now?
Can't hear much noise in here. I don't hear any sweat dripping onto the floor.
Mr. Baldwin, I'd me think that one of us should go on this French trip, you know.
They don't really.
What?
I've heard them say.
Take no notice of her. We can be ready on time, so don't pull that one, Vera.
I've already explained. I've got 4 going and 1 off hill.
Well, it's not our fault that little girl's got appendicitis, is it? We're talking about the French trip. There's 5 should go and there's only 4 going.
Well, all right. But whoever goes does the packing in the lunch hour and I want you back here working until 3:30, all right? Now, this all right? Or shall I put it to arbitration?
Well, it's all right by me.
Right then, heads you go, tails you.
That's not a 2-headed penny, is it?
Look.
Hey, and think on. If she wins, I'm not doing her work for her, you know. I know you.
Right, I'm going to toss a coin now. Heads you, tails you.
Don't try out on, you know.
Tails. You go.
Oh. Well, it's about time I had a bit of justice.
All ready, Hilda? Well, as ready as I'll ever be, yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me, Mrs. Walker. It wasn't quite true what I said to Betty just now. I mean, I am packed, but, well, I was wondering, could I have the benefit of your advice?
Yes, Miss Elton.
Well, do you think I'll need a dressing gown in France? I've left room for it in case.
Well, it all depends, of course, doesn't it? If one has a bathroom en suite, then of course one doesn't. Do you have a bathroom en suite?
Oh, I don't know. They've never said.
Oh, in that case, I should take one. Does that solve your problem?
Not exactly, no. I haven't got one.
Mrs. Ogden, if you don't have a dressing gown, then you don't have a problem.
No, well, that's true in a way, but, well, I was wondering, could I impose, like? I mean, in view of your past generosities.
Are you implying that you should borrow my dressing gown?
I'm sure it'd be much admired.
I'm sure it would. And may I ask what I am supposed to wear while my dressing gown is in France?
Have you only got the one?
Some people, Mrs. Ogden, have none.
Oh, she's a mean beggar, that one. Now, think on. See you get my case outside as soon as that shower comes, right?
Don't fret, I'll be there.
All right.
Hey up. I bet you can't wait to get rid, can you, Stan?
Too flippin' true.
Hey, Mademoiselle from Armitage, Malibu.
Hey, Bert, have you seen my passport?
I give it to you. It was on the sideboard, all in order. You see, I knew you weren't listening.
Well, can you blame me? I've never stopped that last half hour.
Hey, you know them thick glass things that you shake and there's not a snow scene inside? Well, 10 minutes ago, it was just like that in our house. Snow in white knickers it was.
Bert.
Well, it was. Will you stop flapping? You're all ready. Your case is packed and you're ready for off. And here's your money. It's all right, Mrs. Walker cast a cheque for us.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Walker.
My pleasure, dear. I'm sorry to hear about Rita.
Well, what about it?
Well, you know, being a bit off colour. Maybe says she's not so well.
Yeah, that's right. She'll be okay, you know.
Oh.
Have a pint.
Yeah.
You know, if you worked as hard all the year round as you have in the last half hour, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, and I'd be ready for knackers, yeah. Oh, but I think I'll just nip back, Bert, and see if I've forgotten anything.
Yes, you just do that, Flower.
Wear you out, don't they?
You're joking. I'd hate to think what she'd be like if she'd lost that toss.
Yes, Squire, I was thinking exactly the same thing. But count your blessings. We both get a bit of peace and quiet.
Do you know, I'll drink to that. Cheers.
And you.
Thank you.
All right, Ginger.
Cheeky. Thank you, Thumb, and the sedative changed.
Oh, don't you start.
I'm not starting, I just came in to look at you, that's all. How's Emily?
Oh, marvellous. It's just what I've always wanted. Are you sitting down?
No, I don't think so, love. I don't think I like the look of the chairs.
They're very comfortable, honest.
Oh, yes, it's not chairs as chairs I'm complaining about. It's what's been on them. Did you see that thing in the cowboy hat? He's got enough oil on his trousers to start a petrol station.
Oh, it's not that bad, Elsie. Oh, Gail, please, it is that bad. And I do wish you'd stop making excuses for Mr. Sedgwick. You owe him nothing. Quite like him.
Yes, it's all right. I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm just saying, well, it's no place for your camel hair coat, is it?
You look very nice. Where are you going?
Then for a job. Didn't get it, of course.
Oh, dear, was it a great disappointment?
No, not really. I was just not very chuffed at not getting it.
Oh, no.
Heavens above.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Walker.
You don't need to. It's not your fault.
Why don't you sit down, Mrs. Walker? I'm sure the chairs are very comfortable.
You must feel like Margot Fontaine in a troupe of clog dancers.
I'm afraid we don't sell bread and cakes anymore.
I'm sure you don't. Why is it that the world invariably changes for the worse?
Why, indeed.
Oh, have a good time, love. Send us a sticker up.
Thanks, Heidi, you're a good... Hey, Bert! You think on and whitewash that backyard?
Hark, the sweet voice of love. Come here and give us a kiss.
Oh! Hey, I remember what I've told you.
Oh, about the other? No,
Yeah.
won't forget, love.
Come on, Vera. Let's
Try
get on.
to.
Now remember, if Eddie Yates wants to stop at our house, he pays lodging money, right?
All right, all right. Now, which way are you going?
Well, I don't know, do I? Through Eccles and onto the motorway, I expect.
I mean, after you get there.
Hey, here. Where are we going?
Don't you know, love? We're going to France, land of the can-can. Got your garters on?
Everybody's a flipping comedian. No, I mean, how far are you taking us? Where are we getting the boat?
Dover, love, Dover. If we ever get started. Could I have you on the bus, please?
They are Dover. Sit
And you, love.
Hey, you can have me any time, kid. Anywhere, just say the word. Charleville, here we come. Hey, lock up your fellas. Hey, if I don't come back, donate my machine to medical research.
Oh, Bill, get on.
Say as we go.
Be good. You don't work for rent a crowd inside. Come on. Here, Bert.
What?
Isn't it lovely saying goodbye to that lot for a few days?
Hey, Alan.
Oh, put that interjection there. Straight through.
Toss the roundabout.
Yes, and then straight onto it.
Sorry, Tucker, can I have your order now?
Hello, darling. Still love me, do you?
Your order, please.
All right, I'll give you an order. Tonight, flying horse, 8 o'clock, and put your best gear on.
Sorry, I'm a married woman.
Don't be sorry, darling. Just don't bring your husband.
Don't like husbands, do you, fans?
Not so you notice, Vic. Here, and bring a pal for him. What do you fancy, Vic?
Oh, a little blonde, OK. Bit more honour than you, though.
Oh, thanks. No, thanks. Your order, please.
Are you turning me down?
Afraid so.
Oh, well, you can't win them all. In that case, we'll have 2 number 6s with triple eggs because I'm a growing lad.
Hey, do you mind?
If you don't, darling, give us a kiss.
Get off! Either keep your hands to yourself or get out of the cafe. You heard what I said? This is a respectable establishment and the waitress is a married lady.
You patted her bum.
I know exactly what you did.
It's all right, Emily.
It is not all right. You either learn to behave yourself or you get out.
Here, now, hang on a minute.
Just hang on a minute, son. Can I have a word?
Do you
what he did?
Yeah, I got the drift.
I battered her bum, that's what I did, and all of a sudden it's a bloody hanging
Guys,
matter.
not have bad language.
Mrs. Bishop, honey,
No,
please calm down.
I've
No,
had enough,
calm
Mr.
down.
Sedgwick, I've had more than enough.
Yeah, but listen,
Do you
I don't
know,
want to...
this is the 47th time they've played this terrible record.
Oh, who's counting?
I am counting, Mr. Sedgwick. I'm counting the number of customers we've lost since you made your so-called improvement. I'm counting the cost to my health of working in this dirty, filthy, smelly atmosphere.
Hold on a minute.
This is not a cafe, Mr. Sedgwick. It's a pigsty, and I don't work in pigsties.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, there was only one thing to do, smoke yourself to death.
You only had a packet this morning.
I get through a lot when I'm under stress, love.
Well, don't be downhearted.
Oh, listen to pot calling kettle black. You're not smart since I came in. And that's not much better either.
Well, to tell you the truth, Elsie, there's not much to smile about at the moment.
We're a right pair, aren't we? Don't be downhearted, love. It's not as bad as that. At least mine isn't. I mean, if the worst thing that happens in the new year is me not getting a job, well, I'll be all right, won't I?
But things pile up so...
Oh, yes, they have a habit of doing that. You know, I'd recommend the gas oven, but, you know, with the price of gas, these days... Whoops! Here you are, now then, tell us a joke.
I don't know any jokes.
Oh, blimey, it's catching. Try then, see you later. Sorry to hear about Rita. And if you get in a mess, you know where I am.
What's this I hear about you putting it about that Rita's ill?
I thought she was, Mr. Fairclough.
Well, she's not. She's taken a few days off, that's all, and don't ask me what she's doing because it's none of your flaming business.
No, but what is my business is how long she'll be. I mean, I can do the evening papers and the morning papers once or twice, but I can't do them indefinitely, Mr. Fairclough, not indefinitely.
Well, you won't have to do them indefinitely, just once or twice, that's all.
Well, that's not what I understood.
What have you understood?
Well, she telephoned me yesterday. I don't know where from, but she said that she'd gone for good.
Well, don't you believe that, Mavis. Don't you believe that for 1 minute. She'll be back sooner than she thinks.
Ralph? Oh, hello, it's Rita. Oh, fine. You? Oh, good. Well, I was just phoning to say, sorry I let you down on New Year's Eve. Yes, I know, but, yeah, I know. Well, I was just wondering if there was anything going. No. No, I understand. Anyway, if something does come up, don't phone me at home. I'm not there. I've left him. Yeah, I know. Well, these things happen, don't they? Tomorrow? Of course I can come tomorrow. Hey, now, Ralph, I don't want any charity. Right. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come round tomorrow afternoon and we'll settle it all up then. Only, I've got to get home somehow tomorrow and get me clothes. No, don't worry. I'll be there. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Okay. Right. Ta.
Yes! Oh, well. I never thought I'd live to see the day when Lem Fairclough burnt his fingers.
Yes.
Rita left you to fend for yourself, has she? Well, don't tell me you're taking a breakfast up to bed.
That's the price I've got to pay for a lie-in Saturday morning.
Oh, I see. What I really came to see about was a job.
Here?
Oh, no. I thought with your connections with the shop, you might hear something.
Jobs are a bit of a rarity nowadays, aren't they?
Yes, I'm beginning to realise that, so I'm not too fussy at the moment. Anything this side of Saudi Arabia, and if they don't want anybody of school leaving age.
If I hear out, you'll be the first to know.
Thanks, love.
Are you all right for money?
Oh, sure, yeah, I'll survive.
I can always let you have a few
No,
quid,
thanks.
you know,
I'll be
then.
all right over the weekend. Look, can I make you something?
I'm not an invalid.
No, well, you're no cook, are you?
Well, you caught me at a bad time. Normally, I do my toast to perfection.
Aye, so you say. Well, I'm glad to see that Rita's training you well. See you, love.
Come in.
Did you find that wardrobe big enough for you, Petal?
Oh, yeah, smashing, thanks.
Yeah, I thought you might appreciate a cup.
Well, actually, I've got to get going.
Of course you have, all the more reason you need it. I mean, I've been through it, love, so I know. It's always the same in the business. The longer you're out of work, the harder it is to come by. Am I not right, Petal? I always remember little Jimmy Slack. Would you remember him, love? Little Jimmy Slack and his performing dogs.
Not particularly, no.
He were with me 2 whole months once, little Jimmy were. Not a scrap of work. Oh, dear, do you know he lost 1.5 stone and he were no bigger than your thumb to start with. Poor little Jimmy. I don't know.
Where were his dogs?
Oh, in kennels. I don't have the facilities here, do I?
Well, actually, I do have a job, starting tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's hope it lasts, Petley.
Yeah, only I've got a call to make.
Oh, don't let me stop you. But remember, you know where I am if you want to chat. Little Jimmy always used to say his dogs were his best friends, but they weren't much use for confiding in.
No.
I mean, if you would like a little talk.
Well, actually, I would now.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'll just go and give number 6 a quick tidy whilst he's out.
Hello, Weatherfield 3482. Rita?
Right, first time, and you're Mavis, so we both know who we're talking to.
Rita, wherever are you? I've been that worried. And Mr. Fairclough's been in. I didn't know what I was supposed to say, and then all other people asking.
Listen, if this 10p runs out, I haven't got another, so shut your trap and listen to me. Now, Mavis, I want you to do a big favour for me. I want you to go round to our house.
Oh, hey, just hang on a minute. I've got a customer just coming.
Well, let him wait. Listen, I want you to go round to our house and get me cabaret gear. Me cabaret outfits. Cabaret, you know, you must have heard of it. Singing and dancing. Yeah, that's right. Well, there's 4 long frocks in the wardrobe in the back bedroom. Just put 'em in a suitcase. Hey, and don't forget me shoes, because I'd looked after him bare feet.
But what about Len?
You won't even see Len if you go at lunchtime while he's in the Rovers pouring ale into himself.
Oh, I don't know, Rita. I don't know whether I should. I mean, well, it's the idea of getting involved between you and Len.
I'm not asking you to get involved. Just put me cabaret gear in a suitcase and take it to shop. Look, maybe it's either you go or I'll have to go, and right now I'd rather be anywhere than in that house.
Well, it's not that I don't want to help. It's just, like I say, it's really between you and Len.
Well, I can't force you to go, Mavis. I can only ask you. And I'm asking you. Will you or won't you?
No, I'm sorry, Rita.
And I'm sorry, too.
Suppose you've been missing your Hilda.
Eh?
Hilda, the woman with the curlers gets your fish and chips for you.
I know.
Only I thought you might be pining for her, like, with her being so far away in France.
You know, we've been together now for 36 years. It's a long time, isn't it?
Longer than most. What do you reckon the secret is, then? I mean, what's the vital ingredient that you and Hilda have got that Richard Burton and Liz Taylor missed out on?
Well, you've got to allow for each other's faults, you know.
Is that it, then?
Well, I mean, take Hilda. We're none of us perfect. Sometimes she can be a bit sharpish, you know.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Well, I've got to allow for that, you see.
And what allowances does she have to make for you?
Oh, she's lucky. I haven't got many faults.
You reckon? Anyway, you'll be wanting to get out tonight, won't you? I mean, while the cat's away, you know.
Oh, well, I'm going down for a drink. I mean, the man's got to have a bit of pleasure, hasn't he?
Oh, of course he has, yeah. Look, what time were you thinking of starting?
Oh, about 7:30.
Till closing time?
Well, that's what it's for, isn't it? Closing time.
Oh, yeah. Only, while the house is standing empty, I thought, would it be all right if I borrowed the use of it, you know?
What for?
Well, it's somewhere to bring a friend to.
What friend?
Well, more of a girlfriend, really.
A bird?
No, not just a bird.
Listen, we own this house, me and our elder, and it's not...
Look, Stanley, this is Lorna. Lorna Ferguson. I've known her for months. Well, nearly a month.
First I've heard of her.
Yeah, well, there's nowhere else to take her to, you see. I mean, apart from drinks and the flicks, and that gets a bit expensive, you know. I mean, I can't take her out to Monkeys, can I? The last time a respectable woman was in there was when the missionary sisters came collecting.
Why don't you go back to her place?
Well, she lives with her mum and dad. And a family that runs into 3 figures, so I gather.
Me and our elder always found somewhere.
Yeah, but that was when the war was on, Stan. There were all them air raid shelters. Look, all I'm asking is the use of the living room for a quiet bit of courting.
While I'm out supping?
You won't even know we've set foot in the place.
All right, you're on.
Stan, you're a mate. You're a real mate.
Where you off to now?
I'm going to go and pick up Lorna. I said I'd meet her in Dawson's Cafe or whatever it's called now.
Hey, they made a good job of that, haven't they? Just like home, it is. Hey, not a word to Hilda about tonight.
Not a dicky bird.
There's something else where we're not the same, you know. She's not romantic like me.
One double egg and chips, one sausage, beans and chips.
Can you say all that again? I can't take everything in at once.
One double egg and chips.
Everything all right then,
No,
Flower?
it's not.
Nay.
What would Tugler?
One sausage, beans and chips.
Well, what's so wrong with that?
I've been run off my feet since first thing this morning. I can't cope on my own, Mr. Sedgwick. I can't, honest. I mean, is Emily coming back or what?
Well, according to the conversation I had with her on the telephone yesterday, no, we shan't be seeing Mrs. Bishop again. She's not in our class. Too many baked beans and not enough Victoria slices.
Well, how am I supposed to manage all by myself?
You're not. I'm going to give you a hand. Happy?
Better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, and I'll be in tomorrow as well.
Tomorrow?
Well, yeah, it's a 7-day operation, this, love. Sorry to spring it on you.
I can't come in tomorrow.
No such word, Flower, when I'm paying double time.
But I'm supposed to be cooking Sunday dinner at home.
Well, come in here. Cook 100.
Has a young lady been in here asking after me?
A what?
A young lady after me.
You are having me on.
I'm serious.
Oh, well, no, there hasn't.
Hey, love, what were all that argy-bargy about with Sedgwick?
I might have to come in tomorrow.
What, on a Sunday?
Yeah, on a Sunday.
All right, lads? Enjoy it? Nice to see you in
Here,
here.
you want to tell this machine to be a bit more friendly? It's going to lose you a lot of valuable custom, that is.
Yeah, well, it's got a mind of its own. Not ask me.
Hey, hang on a minute, love. Look, do you want me to have a word with him?
No, I'll tell him I can't come in, that's all.
Well, will you mind?
Look, do you want me here tomorrow or not?
Of course I do, but...
Mr. Sedgwick,
Speaking.
I've been thinking, and I really don't want to come in tomorrow if you don't mind.
Oh, but I do mind.
I don't have to come in if I don't want to.
No, you don't have to come in tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after that.
You mean if I don't
That's
come
right. If you don't come in, you needn't come in at all. Afraid so.
I don't think that's very fair.
Look, love, if it's your hubby's Sunday lunch you're worried about, you better ask him what cost it's going to be before you make these big decisions.
Hello, Eddie.
Oh, you made it then?
Well, I think it's me. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Unlucky in them machines, your quid's in as far as your love life goes.
Is that a promise? Ooh, I could murder a cup of tea.
Oh, yeah. I'll get you two.
Ooh, big spender.
Hello, Rita, love. Are you all right now, then?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Ah, see you later, then, eh?
See you later then, love.
Yeah,
You working tomorrow then?
looks like I don't have any choice, doesn't it?
No, can't say I like it.
Can I have a piece of apple pie, please,
I've only got one pair of hands.
So have the rest of us.
Sorry.
4p. Cheers.
Can I have a word?
No extra cost.
It's about Gail. She's my wife.
Oh, you're the young fella whose Sunday lunch I'm messing up tomorrow.
Yes, but look, it's not
Look,
just
I'll
that.
tell you what I'll do. Why don't you come in here and have one on the house? I can't say better than that.
I don't think it's right just to expect Gail to
Look,
work
listen,
for you.
Squire. Anybody that works for me, I pay them well, and that's a promise. But I can't be doing with pickers and choosers. You know, can't work Mondays because of the washing, have to go early Thursdays because of the shopping, and never work Saturdays because my grandfather's Jewish. I like your little lady. I like her a lot, and I want her to stay. But only as it suits me and suits this business. Besides, you need the money, don't you, son?
You sure it'll be all right?
I told you about Stan, didn't I?
Stan and Hilda?
Well, that's the Stan of Stan and Hilda.
And he won't mind us in his house?
It was his idea. Have a nice quiet evening, he said. Put your feet up in front of the fire.
You're not kidding me, are you, Eddie?
Now, would I? They treat me like family. They probably would have adopted me, only it sounds a bit daft, Stan saying, "Here, son, here's your pocket money, now buy us a pint." I'll tell you what, I'll pick you up at 8, all right?
All right.
Great. You won't regret it, I promise you.
I'd better not.
Give us a couple of bacon butties, will you, mate? Sharpish, please.
Certainly. Hear that, Mrs. B? 2 bacon.
Hello, Len. You all right? See, your Rita's back on her feet, then?
Hey?
Your Rita?
What about her?
Well, I just caught a glimpse of her a minute or two since. Going in your back gate.
Well,
Hello.
the Wanderer returns. I heard you were back.
Fred.
Take your coat off, sit down, make yourself at home. And when you've done that, there's a sink full of dirty pots over there and there's a load of dirty washing upstairs. You've got some catching up to do.
Have I?
Have a nice little holiday, did you?
Not so bad.
Well, perhaps when I've got nothing better to do, you can tell me all about it, eh?
Really sure of yourself, aren't you?
Am I?
You think I've come back with my tail between my legs, don't you?
You've said it, darling, not me.
Well, I haven't. That's my cabaret gear in that case over there. I just came to collect that, that's all.
Hey, now,
Look,
come
I
on.
didn't intend this to happen, to see you like this.
Oh, don't talk so flaming stupid. You've had your fling, but it's gone on long enough. You're still my wife, in case you've forgotten.
Couldn't forget.
Well, there's one thing you can forget, and that's tarting up for your flaming cabaret. Now that you're here, you're going to stop.
You going to make me?
I shouldn't have to make you.
Glad to hear it.
Oh, Rita, sit down. Take your coat off. Let's have a little talk, eh?
Not now, Len.
Well, what harm is that talk gonna do?
Please, Len.
What is it you want? I mean, what are you after? Because I'm damned if I know. I mean, I haven't a clue what all this is about. Do you realise that?
Yes. But then you never did have a clue, did you? Right from the start.
Come on, the results will be on telly.
I'll have you home for them, no sweat. That David Cole fella won't start till you've got your pencil in your hand. Afternoon, darling.
That's new.
Do you have such a thing as a nice box of chocolates?
Yes, we do. What kind would you like?
Well, they're for a lady, you know. What about them ones what you have to parachute down and swim underwater and scale a 30-foot wall for?
It's not like you buying chocolates for a young lady, Eddie Yates.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have it to do, don't you?
Well, I think it's lovely. What kind does she like? Hard or soft centres?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, Stan, what kind of chocolates does your Hilda like?
I don't know. I don't buy her any. Come on, we'll miss the results.
I'll tell you what. Make it soft centres. It'll match your personality.
Oh, right, then £1 or £half box.
£half.
Who's buying these, me or you? Make it £1.
Good, I like a man to be extravagant. That's £1.85, please.
On second thoughts, we don't want to overdo it, do we? Don't want to give it the wrong idea. I'll just take the £half.
Right, that'll be 84p. And I thought you were being romantic for once in your life, Eddie Yates.
I'll tell you what. If Stan comes up on the pools, I'll come back for the other £half.
Come on!
All right.
Come in.
Gentleman to see you petal.
A gentleman.
Good evening, gorgeous.
Ralph? Oh, I hardly recognise you in all your finery. You know, like that, you could pass as a double for Doreen Duncan. Do you know her at all, Doreen?
Never heard of her.
Fire-eating and animal act, you know, from Swansea.
Anyway, don't let us keep you from your telly, Mrs. Watts. Thank
It's
you
not
very
worth watching.
No, and there isn't up here either, love. Thank you.
Thanks. She's been hovering out there like a vulture ever since I arrived.
Well, a real turn-up for the book is this, isn't it, Rita?
Yeah, surprised me a bit and all.
You've walked out on old Len for good, have you?
Looks all right, does it?
Fabulous.
That's the idea.
You still haven't answered my question.
No.
I mean, I would like to know.
Ralph, I'm coming to sing for me supper, right? And I'm grateful for the work.
Glad you can do it.
And that's what tonight's all about. Okay. Let's leave Len out of it for the time being.
We can leave him out of it for good as far as I'm concerned, love.
Here we are, then.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, well, it's not much. It's not even home, but it's good to stand, you know.
Chocolates as well.
Oh, yeah, a little prezzy.
For me.
Definitely.
Thanks.
Yeah, glad you could come.
I'm glad I did.
Should we sit down?
Can I bring me chocolates?
Of course you can.
That's a bit unusual, isn't it? That, like, picture thing.
Oh, the mural. Mural. Yeah, it's Hilda. She's a bit artistic, if you know what I mean.
Oh, must get a bit much to live with, though.
Yeah, I think Stan feels that way. When he's had a skinful the night before. It's the light, you know. It's a bit too strong for him.
Yeah, have one.
Yeah, I will. Beats sitting on a park bench, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that grotty cinema.
Hey, I used to go to Flicks when I was a kid. Every Saturday morning, a gang of us. And downstairs, they used to have them double seats for courting couples, you know.
Oh, Andy.
You never see nothing like that now, you know.
Suppose they closed it down, did they? Built a supermarket in its place.
Yeah, but being Liverpool, they left the double seats there.
You're having me on.
Now, would I?
Betty has been on the telephone about it, and the girl's father says he's waiting for him.
Yeah.
We can stop that.
Come in.
Stop that. It's humiliating that we should have to do so. On the moral level, the Gestapo have made a mockery of our claim to...
Well, don't let me stop you watching.
And on the
I'm
practical
not
level,
watching.
we've been more...
I'm just staring at it, you know.
Saturday night at home, eh?
Looks like it, yeah.
Join the club.
Mind you, it's the one night in the week when I seldom feel like stirring anyway. Could that be construed as old age?
I never answer questions like that on the grounds that it might incriminate me.
Was it anything in particular, or did you...
Yeah, well, you know, this morning when you offered to lend me some money,
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, you know that. Any time, kid, yeah.
It's, I just thought I was doing all right. I thought I'd manage, but then I tried to buy some little luxuries, like food.
How much do you want?
Just a fiver.
Yeah, take a tenner.
Oh, no,
Would you like a drink?
I thought you'd never ask.
We've only got gin. What do you want?
Oh, I'll take it neat, rather than refuse. Is Rita out with the girls, or singing, or what?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's singing.
I've thought about leaving, but you know my gran lives with us now as well.
Yeah.
She's all right. I'm not saying she's...
No, of course you're not, no.
They say there's no place like home, don't they?
Yeah, well, them that like it do. Them that don't keep their mouths shut.
I sometimes wonder whether there's any place in it for me.
Don't knock it, kid. Whatever it's like.
No.
You know, when I was in Walton, when I got my ticket out of that place, I said, great. I said, I'll just do my own thing. But like now, well, I've got nothing and nobody to go back to. I'm like something in a pinball machine. I bounce from the cafe to the pub, to the betting office, to the laundrette, then off to Monkeys for a kip.
Well, everybody finds somewhere to settle sooner or later, don't they?
But that's just it, they don't. I know fellas at 50 and 60 still haven't found nowhere to settle. And it's not a pretty sight, you know.
See, the worst thing about having breakfast on your own, it gives you time to think. Gets the day off to a bad start. I suppose I could always advertise for a lodger, but that would be like dipping into a brand tub, wouldn't it? You never know what you'd come up with.
Yeah.
Might never happen, you know. Whatever it is that's stopping you hearing a word I say.
Is it that obvious?
Well, it's either that or you're sickening for something.
Nah. It's Rita. She slung her hook. Left me.
What?
Haven't folks started to suspect yet?
Well, if they have, they haven't said anything to me. Oh, where's she gone?
I don't know. I don't even know why. Oh, no, she was a bit down. When she first went, I thought, all right, maybe it's something she's got to get out of her system. She'll be back tomorrow. That was 3 days ago.
Oh, Len, I'm sorry to hear it. Really, I am.
I'll tell you one thing for sure.
What?
She hasn't gone for another fella. No, I know they all say that. It's not a very nice thought to think that your wife fancies another fella more than you. Oh, I'm sorry, love.
What for?
No, I didn't put that drink in your hand so that I could cry on his shoulder. Really, I didn't. Let's talk about the weather or something, shall we?
All right. I think it's going to rain. Then again, it might not. Okay?
Oh, flipping heck.
Hey, carry on. Ignore me.
Ignore you? We got as much chance of ignoring you as we have of King Kong crashing through.
Well, I had to come home sometime, didn't I? I'd shut my eyes, but I tried that in the lobby and nearly fell over.
You can't be chucking out time already, Stan.
That is what I said to Mrs. Walker. I said, Mrs. Walker, your clock is fast. If I had to choose between my clock and your word, Mr. Ogden, she says, I would certainly choose my clock. Oh, hello, love.
This is Stan.
Hello, Stan.
This is Lorna.
I do. Oh, me feet.
What, is it the long walk home that's done for you, Stan?
No, it's standing at the bar all night. People don't realise, you know.
I hope we haven't kept you out of your own house.
Oh, no, look, I usually pop down on a Saturday for one, you know.
Yeah, and every other night of the week.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Thanks for seeing me home.
It was a pleasure.
See you.
I hope so.
Well, you can't come any further, can you?
Well,
And don't say it.
you did some lovely numbers tonight, Rita.
So you said. Thanks for saying it again.
But I still don't see. How long do you think you can stick it out here?
As long as I have to.
You will think over what I said, won't you, about the flat? I mean, I'm hardly ever there. Somebody might as well be living there.
Sounds great, but a bit out of my price bracket.
Oh, I think we could come to some arrangement.
That's what I thought you'd say. Good night.
I'll give you a ring.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Oh, it's you. Come in.
Oh.
What have you got there?
Oh, well, find us a place to put it quick, will you? How's that made of flaming asbestos? Oh, get a mat or something to put. That's it, that's better. Shh. It's easy to see that you're a fella that's not used to looking after himself.
What is it, anyway?
It's hot pot, isn't it? I reckon you wouldn't bother for yourself, so it's as easy to cook for two as it is for one.
Thank you. It's nice to know that somebody's thinking about me.
Don't mention it. I don't suppose you've heard from Rita, have you?
Not since yesterday, no.
Haven't you any idea where she's gone?
Not a clue. But she made one thing perfectly obvious. Wherever she is, she's a damn sight happier than she ever was here. I wouldn't even know where to start looking for her.
And if you did?
Well, I could talk some sense into her, couldn't I? Like I should have done the other day.
Oh,
instead of-
yeah, I know. Like, show her the error of her ways. Tell her that you're prepared to have her back and forgive and forget if she goes on as usual and nothing had happened. Oh, Len, do you honestly think that that's all she wants?
I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going crawling to her. She's the one who walked out on me. If there's any crawling to be done, it's not going to be done by me.
Oh, Len, you'll never learn, will you?
Oh, yes, I will, and fast.
Look, kid, there's a hell of a lot of things in this world that's not worth a candle. And there's just a few things that's worth giving your right arm for. Believe me. And if it's worth having, it's worth fighting for. All the way. And if you have to swallow a bit of pride, love, what sort of price is that to pay?
What the hell are you telling me this for? It's her you should be telling.
I'm telling you before it's too late. And it's one who knows that's talking to you. Because before I realised it, the last but had gone, hadn't it?
Who is it?
It's only me, Petal. You've got a visitor.
What visitor?
Gentleman that called last night.
Hello, Rita.
If there's anything you want, you will let me know, won't you? I mean, perhaps the gentleman might like a cup of tea or something. Mr...
If he does, I promise, you'll be the first to know.
She keeps trying, doesn't she?
Oh, she's not so bad. Just nosy. Women are.
You know, this place looks worse every time I see it.
Beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, what's so important to drag you out of your fun palace on a Sunday afternoon?
Would you believe? You.
Convinced me.
I just thought you might like a change of scenery. A run out. After all, it can't be very much fun cooped up in a place like this.
Go on.
And if we should happen to drop by a little flat that I happen to know is going begging, a pad that makes this place look like the black hole of Calcutta.
The flat.
A flat that a smart girl like you could walk into just like that. It wouldn't cost you a penny.
You're wasting your breath, Ralph.
It's a lovely flat, Rita. It really is. All mod cons. You can see the back of Exchange Station on a clear day.
You're a very generous man, Ralph, but the answer's still no.
But you haven't seen it.
I don't have to. It wouldn't work.
Okay, if that's the way you feel right now, I understand. But where's the harm in seeing it? I mean, you don't have to make up your mind now.
Look, I've got this ironing to finish, haven't I? Not easy living out of a suitcase, you know. And there's something else I want to do.
All right, there's no problem. I'll pick you up later. Say about an hour.
Don't you ever give up?
Where you're concerned, no.
You're wasting your time, you know that.
I'll see you later.
Middle drawer, you said?
Aye.
Well, I can't find it.
You know, some people don't know when they're well off. There's a fellow here.
Stanley, the tie.
What tie?
The tie you're supposed to be lending me.
The one for funerals or for the best?
Best, you crate egg.
Try the left-hand side. What are you done up like a dog's dinner for?
I've told you, I'm going down to Lorna's for me lunch.
That bird you were canoodling with last night?
The bear that should have been canoodling if you hadn't have interrupted us.
You didn't expect me to park my own friend's doorstep, did you?
No,
but
you could have gone straight up to bed, couldn't you?
You're nearest. You go.
Oh, hello, love. What are you doing here? I was just on my way down to your place. Hey, there's nothing wrong, is there?
No, of course there isn't. I just thought I'd pop down to meet you. Didn't expect to get here before you left. Hello, Mr. Ogden.
Oh, hello, love. Nice to see you again.
Right, I'm ready. See you later, Stan.
How about a drink at the Rose on your way?
Oh, no, we can't.
No, look, me and this young lady got on very well last night, you know, and I don't like supping on my own.
It's not much fun, is it, Mr. Ogden? So we will have a drink with you, won't we, Eddie?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, then.
Oh, Rita. Oh, Rita, I'm glad to see you. Really am.
Well, make the most of it, because it won't be for long. Still on your own, I see.
Oh, yes, I am.
You're a mug to yourself, you know that, don't you?
Well, we were hoping that perhaps you might...
I'd be coming back here. Oh, you can forget that idea. I'm not going back to Fairclough, and I'm certainly not coming back to this dump. After I've got what I came for, I'm off. Don't worry. Only my wages for last week.
Well, perhaps things might seem different when you've had time to think about it. You know, the situation between you and Mr. Fair.
What the hell do you think I've been doing since I left? Knitting bed socks with my old age? Honestly, at times, Mavis, you're too naive for words.
I'm sorry, I'm sure it's just the way I happen to be. I just feel concerned when two people that I happen to like find the relationship in trouble. I mean, I know if I were in the same sort of bother, well, I would take great comfort from the fact that someone cared enough what happened to me.
Mavis, you don't know the half of it. Just take my word for it. Me and Len's finished. It wasn't a decision that was taken lightly, believe you me. But now I have taken it, I have to live with it. I don't expect you to begin to understand. Just accept it, okay?
Oh, if you say so.
I do. Hey, there is something you can do for me. Have you got a pencil?
Oh,
give it here. Now, this is where I'm stopping. If you get any letters from me, will you send them on?
Well, how long will you be there?
Hey, your guess is as good as mine. One more thing. Keep that under your hat, won't you? Well, be seeing you.
I hope so.
Hurry up. This is a great way to spend Sunday dinner time, isn't it?
Sorry, love, there's not a lot I can do about it.
You had your dinner?
Had a bacon pound cake, how about you?
I had some beans and toast for me and my dad.
We'll have a proper meal when I get home.
Hey, love, you can't go and working 7 days a week. I don't care how good the money is.
Will you give me time off to make up for it when he does get somebody in?
Aye, when he gets somebody in.
So that's where you're hiding.
Get yourself a cup of tea. Good brew, this.
No, sir. I just wanted a quiet word, like.
For me?
Aye. Somebody heard in the Rovers about a certain scouse lumper lad, this bird, having a cosy little twosome in your spot. What with Hilda being away, like, and you having more ale money in your back pocket.
You want to be careful you don't trip over your flipping lug holes.
Occupational hazard, Stanley. No, it just occurred to me, Stan, that, well, tonight, your Hilda's away, ain't she? And tonight, by coincidence, happens to be my night off.
What about it?
Well, I mean, Eddie Yates isn't the only one to do a spotter courting, is he? The only thing is that Mrs. Walker doesn't sort of approve of a lot, my lady friend, you know what I mean?
Hey, hang on. Eddie Yates is a mate of mine.
So am I, Stanley. So am I. Now then,
Hang on. Tonight, did you say?
I'll be round about 8. Now, you just let us in, make your excuses and leave. Have a good drink on me, and you'll count on you, my old mate.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm not too late, am I?
Oh, all right, come here.
Well, it's only a birthday card I want, love, but I've got to get it now. I think of it as I go clean out of my head.
Oh, we haven't got a very big selection, I'm afraid. I just haven't had time to get to the wholesalers.
You know, you want to get Fairclough to get you some help. Because if you're happy to go soldiering on, he'll be happy to let you, that's all. I don't suppose you've heard anything, have you?
Heard anything?
Rita.
Oh, yes, she's going on very nicely as far as I know.
That's all right, love. You needn't play the game with me. I know.
You do? About Rita and Len?
Yeah, Len told me. You have heard from her, haven't you?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I have. She came in this afternoon.
Well, how was she?
Oh, well, she's as well as can be expected, I suppose.
Well, didn't she say anything?
What about?
Well, like what she was doing and where she was stopping and all that.
Oh, yeah, she did tell me where she was stopping, actually.
Oh?
Oh, no, I promised I wouldn't tell a soul.
Oh, yeah, I see. Well, knowing you, if Rita asked you not to, I think you'd carry that secret to the grave with you. Still, I'm glad it's not me, that's all.
Well, why do you say that?
Well, if them two have got to get together, they've got to get together pretty soon, haven't they? And as far as I can see it, there's only you that's going to start the ball rolling.
Oh, surely you don't expect me to tell Mr. Fairclough where she's stopping. Well, I couldn't, not after I promised.
No. Like I said, if Rita asked you to, you wouldn't. But I'm sure whatever you do will be for the best. For both of them. Will you rub the price off this, love? This is the one I want.
What can I do for you?
Well, I don't know whether I should be here, really.
Maybe if you don't tell me what you want, I won't be able to help you, will I?
Well, I don't want anything, Mr. Fairclough. I've come to tell you something about Rita.
About Rita? What about her?
Well, I've seen her. She's been into the shop.
Today?
Yeah, she came in this afternoon just to collect the wages that
Never
were
mind
owed.
about that. How is she? What did she say?
Oh, she's fine.
Well, is that it? Did you come all the way to tell me just that?
Well, it wasn't really my idea to come, Mr. Fairclough. It was something Mrs. Tanner said.
Mavis.
Well, when Rita came in, she told me where she was stopping.
Where is she?
She's in some lodgings in Salford. Oh, I do hope I've done the right thing. I mean, I promised I wouldn't say
Have you
anything.
got the address? Do you know where she is?
Yes, I've got it written down on this paper bag. Well, I only want to do what's best for both of you.
It's all right, Tony, mate. I've come to rob the meter. I could have, I know. Wakey, wakey!
What do you want to do that for? I thought the roof was coming in.
It would have done and all, and you wouldn't have noticed. You want to be more careful, you know. Your front door wasn't shut properly. Anyone could have walked in here, cleaned you out of the lot, and you wouldn't have known a thing about it.
Well, there's not to pinch any roll, is there? What are you doing back here?
Well, I told you Lona's gone to this christening. Not exactly my scene. Hey, I'll say one thing, though. Hey, Granny can't half knock up a good Yorkshire pudding.
Ah, shut up. Suppose you're going back for your tea, are you?
Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, Stanley. There's more to life than a full belly.
Taking long enough to find that out, isn't it?
Well, I'm not seeing her till tonight. She's coming round here at 7:30. By which time I'm expecting you to be all done up and dusted and propping up the bar of the Rovers.
She can't come here tonight. Well, not tonight.
Oh, of course not. It's your bath night, isn't it? Of course she can come tonight.
No, there'll be somebody else here.
Somebody else?
Fred G.
Fred G?
Ah, he's going round with a friend.
Some friend? Fred G hasn't got any friends. It'll be some birdies. No, Stanley, definitely no.
Whose house is this?
Yours.
Right.
Right, so you tell Fred G where he can go. I'll see you later.
Well, what do you reckon?
What can I say?
Like I said, just the place for a single girl?
Aren't you forgetting something? I'm not a single girl.
Well, you're on your own, aren't you?
Maybe to you. Ralph, the flat was lovely, just as you said. But I'm sorry, it's done nothing to change my mind.
But it won't cost you a bean.
And I know what that would make me the moment I moved in.
Exactly what you are now. A very good friend of mine.
With strings 1.5 miles long. You.
Hello.
Look, I've said all I've got to say to you.
Well, I haven't. So that's the way it is.
No, that's not the flaming way it is.
I'll leave this to me, Rita.
What do you mean, leave it to you? That's my missus there.
Not anymore, she isn't, Fairclough. Go on, ask her.
On your bike.
Do you know, I would have thought the message would have got through even to you by now. She's through with you, Fairclough.
Listen, Mighty Mouth, if you're not through that door in 5 seconds, they're going to need a sack to put the bits in. I'm not in the habit of repeating myself.
You better go, Ralph. You'll only make things worse.
If that's what you want. You know where to get hold of me?
Yes, I know where to get hold of you. Round your flaming neck.
Still playing the big hero. You always were about as subtle as a steam hammer.
Listen, if I'd have come to sort him out, he wouldn't have walked through that door.
So who have you come to sort out? Go on, surprise me.
You know damn well what I'm doing here. I've come to take you back home where you belong.
Well, you're wasting your time, aren't you? It may be your home, but it certainly isn't mine. Not anymore, it isn't.
Don't believe this. You can't just chuck 3 years of married life out of the window like that.
I can, and I have. And you know why as well as I do, Fairclough, so don't start that again.
Rita, come back home, love. Let's just talk it over, shall we? Nobody knows that you've gone away, you know. Nothing's changed.
Oh, I can believe that. Beer cans on floor, clothes all over the place, sink full of pots, shaving
Look, if
soap.
it'll make you any happier, I'll do everything you want me to do. Everything. I'll make that place a little palace for you. It'll take me a bit of time, but I'll get round to it.
And you honestly think that's the only reason why I left you? Pour in a new sink, it makes everything all right. New wallpaper on back bedroom. God, Fairclough, you haven't a clue, have you? It's not me you're missing. It's somebody to make your meals, clean for you, tidy up after you, wash for you, run cabin, anybody.
Do you know what it's cost me to come round here? To swallow my pride, to come crawling round to you, do you know?
Yes, I think I do. It can't have been easy for you, I know that. What's the point in fooling ourselves? Nothing would change. Nothing can change. Since we got married, we've become 2 different people. You used to know what I wanted out of life. You didn't have to ask. You knew.
Like that flaming Lancaster knows, I suppose. Didn't take him long to get round here, did
He
it?
came round because I asked him to. He's been good to me.
I can imagine.
What do you take me for, Fairclough? Go on, spit it out. I'll tell you something now. Ralph Lancaster took me this afternoon to look at a flat. A very nice little flat. And it wouldn't cost me a penny. And he offered me all the work I could cope with. I wouldn't have a care in the world. All I have to do is snap my fingers. And you know why? Because in his way, he sees me as something you haven't seen me as in years. As a woman. Something to be looked after. Taken care of. Prepared to give a bit back in return. That's something you wouldn't understand in a million years. Because you're too wrapped up in your own selfish, rotten little world that stretches no further than the bottom of a pine potted roof. Get out!
All right, yes, I'll go. But just remember this. Don't come crawling back to me when he's chucked you on the scrap heap with all the other has-beens.
I won't! Oh, I won't! And I'll tell you why! Because I told him what I could do with this rotten flat! That's something else you wouldn't understand in a million years.
So, this is where you while away your Sunday afternoons. Well, at least it's different.
Oh,
you say that again, much more of this and my legs will drop off.
Here's me thinking poor little girl will be bored to death over there. I'll go over and have a cup of tea and cheer her up.
2 beans on toast. And then that's my lot for the day. And if you take my tip, you'll do the same.
Do us a favour. Take them over to them too, will you?
Over there? Sure. Here we are, gentlemen. If you just shift your helmets a minute, thank you very much. Oh, 2 teas, yes, sir. Thank you. Ta. And 2 more teas. Hey, where do I put these?
Oh, put them there with the rest of them. I'll get round to them in a minute.
Have you got all this lot to do and all?
The fairy godmother's day off.
Have you got a spare penny anywhere?
There, yeah, why?
Well, never mind, because I might just change my mind.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm rehearsing my juggling act for Sunday night at the London Palladium. If you want servants, you won't be a minute.
No, I don't. I'm Jim Sedgwick and I happen to own this place.
Oh, I see. Well, I happen to be a friend of Gail's, and I must think a lot more of her than you do. How do you expect a little kid like that to cope
I suppose
with
her husband sent around, did he?
Brian, what's it got to do with him?
Oh, forget it. Look, I'm trying to find somebody to help Gail. Mrs.
Tanner, Elsie Tanner.
Well, if you're that worried, you can stop here till closing time. You'll be doing me a favour. Earn yourself a couple of quid.
I don't know about doing you any favours, but there's not much on telly, and I suppose I could do with a couple of quid.
Hello, darling. Been keeping yourself pure for me, have you?
Talking to me, are you?
Well, yeah, talking to the girl, that's for sure. You all right, Jim, lad?
Great.
What can I get you?
How about her on toast for starters?
She's not on the menu.
Which is just as well, because I eat little lads like you for breakfast.
What a way to go. Well, I do.
No, you wouldn't, because you're not on my menu either.
2 teas?
Do you get money like him, kid?
No, of course we don't. Most of them are 10 times worse. Here, will you take this over to me?
With pleasure, Tom. Excuse me, gentlemen.
I knew you couldn't stop away for long.
There we are. Your friend doesn't talk a lot, does he?
No.
No, well, perhaps it's just as well you've got a gob big enough for 2 of you. Sugar?
No, just give it a quick stir with your little finger along. That'll be sweet enough for me.
You will stir with the back of my hand in a minute.
Promises. Here. You don't fancy a couple of days in the smoke with a good-looking, red-blooded fellow with more money than sense?
Kid, there's nothing I'd like better. If you find one, let me know, will you?
Have you worked at a place like this before?
Now, whatever give you that idea?
Well, I reckon the way you handled Clarkie there.
Oh, just put it down to experience.
Experience?
With fellas.
Hey, listen, Gail told me you're looking for a job.
Oh, did you know?
Well, I think you and this place were made for each other. And I'll look after you, as far as money's concerned. You do worse?
Yes, I suppose you could be right.
Well, then.
No, thanks all the same, but it's just not my scene.
Well, you change your mind?
No chance.
When a girl and a fella start going out, and they get on okay, well, they come round to thinking about...
Getting married?
Don't be daft. There's more beautiful relationships ruined by marriage than anything. No, they come to an understanding, you know.
What kind of an understanding?
Well, they become, like, special in each other's lives. And they can say things and do things without standing on formality, you know.
Oh, you mean like you coming round to our house for your Sunday dinner?
Yeah, well, that's one of them.
Are you expecting anybody?
Me? You must be joking. Oh, flame. What do you want?
I was just going to ask you the same question.
What are you doing? You can't come in here.
Oh, come on in, sunshine. I can, and I'm here. There you are, darling.
Well, you can just flaming well get out again, can't you?
Oh, we'll see about that. Where's Oggy? He'll soon sort you out.
Sort me out? You're the one he's supposed to be sorting out.
Me? Listen, come here. I give Oggy 3 quid so I could bring her in here tonight.
And I told him to tell you to forget it, because it's spoken for.
I never said a dicky bird. And he's still got my 3 quid.
Well, that's something you'll have to settle with Stanley. Come on.
Look, I'm warning you, Yates. Oh.
Don't warning me. Fred, you come bursting in here now on your bike. Unless you fancy making up a foursome at whist.
Oh, get knotted. Just wait till I get my hands on that flipping Oggy. He'll wish it was him that had gone to France on a one-way ticket and I'll come on you. Yates.
Rita! Rita!
What the hell
doing?
I'm trying to get my wife to open this flaming door.
Your wife? That's Miss Littlewood's room.
This is Mrs. Rita Fairclough's room, my wife.
Well, if you'd told me that in the first place, instead of barging in here like some flaming bull, I could have put you in the picture.
What do you mean?
I mean, your wife's not here. She's gone.
Gone?
Yes, left. About 2 hours since.
Open it.
Listen, I don't have to listen to you bellowing like this. if I-
Open it!
Very well. That's where you want it. Now, perhaps you'll believe me.
Saint. Flaming plaster saint, that's what I must be. Cooking breakfast for you after the stroke you pulled last night. Stanley, I'm talking to you.
Give over and read me paper.
I know you're reading, and I'm flaming well talking to you. I'm not surprised Hilda couldn't wait to get to France. Surprise will be if she bothers to come back.
Oh, stop nattering, will you? You're worse than her when you get started.
And I've got cause, haven't I? After the way you put the mockers on my love life.
What love life?
Exactly what love life. It's a miracle I've got any after you'd finished.
I thought you got it sorted out.
Stanley, you were the one that was supposed to sort it out, wasn't it? You were supposed to tell Fat Fred the deal was off.
Ah, well, I forgot.
Oh, I forgot. So Lorna and me are settled down for a nice cosy evening, and in he comes, bursting in with his new girlfriend. It's not very good for the image, that, Stan.
Lorna's a very understanding girl.
Luckily for you, she is. But Fat Fred isn't.
What do you mean?
Well, Stanley, it made him look a prize mug in front of his girlfriend, didn't it? If I were you, I'd keep well out of his road for a bit. I reckon you're just about top of his hit parade. And I do mean it.
Oh, and Hilda's coming back today, too.
Yeah, I know. What's that got to do with it?
Well, she'll start on me, won't she?
What's Hilda got to be upset about?
Now, but she'll find something, she always does.
Well, buy her some flowers. Welcome her home.
Look, she'll step off that coach, she'll walk in here, and then she'll say, "Oh, the place looks like a very big site, doesn't it?"
Yeah, well, it does. I've told you, buy her some flowers. She'll fall over herself to give you the big smacking kiss.
Yes, and then she'll say, "The place looks like a flaming pigsty, doesn't it?"
Well, tidy it up a bit. Or is that too drastic?
Give us another cup of tea.
Ooh.
Morning. Or aren't we speaking?
Hello there.
Bad night.
You could say that, yeah.
Any news?
News?
Well, Rita, is she coming back?
Dunno.
Oh, only,
What?
oh, nothing.
Now, come on, you were going to say something.
Well, it's just that well, I don't suppose it matters now, but I stuck my nose in a bit the other day.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time, would it? What did you do?
Well, Mavis happened to let fly that she knew where Rita was, so I sort of persuaded her to tell you. Now, did she?
That's right.
Oh, well. Is she coming back? What did she say? Did
Look,
you see?
Elsie, I know you mean well. But I feel like death this morning, and I don't feel like talking about it. Let's just leave it like that for now, shall we?
Hey, guess who the postman's brought letters for today? Tracy, for your birthday. Look at that. Come on then, let's go and sit down and open them, shall we? And then you can help me to bake a cake. And we're going to put icing on it. And happy birthday, Tracy. And how many candles?
3.
3, that's right. Now then, let's see who this one's from. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's from Nana Blanche. It says, "To my darling Tracy, with all my love and lots of big kisses." Oh, yes. Who's that one from? Slow. Oh, this is from Auntie Emily. She says she's sorry she has to miss your party, but she has to look after her sister because she's poorly in bed. And who's that one? Oh.
Hi. Well, can I, what a cough. Can I kiss the birthday girl?
You can try. She's very fussy who she kisses these days.
Many happy returns, Tracy, and there's a little present for you.
Oh.
I hope it fits.
Say thank you to Uncle Ken, Tracy.
I won't stop. I expect you're up to your eyes making sandwiches and jelly.
Oh, no, not yet. I've got the cake to make first. Oh, Ken, it's perfect. Lovely. Tracy, look what Uncle Ken's brought you. It'll go smashing with that pinafore dress Nana's sent.
Right, I'll come back later on and join in the fray. How many have you got coming?
Oh, 4, and their mums. It's enough.
Oh, I'm glad to see you. I could just do with a sight of a friendly face.
What makes you think it's friendly? Do you sell champagne?
No. Could you afford it if we did?
No. Right, what have you got that'll give me a lift, that'll get me all glittery and shiny? Send me swanning out of here to that interview for sales assistant to showroom manageress.
Or the boss's wife.
Oh, boss's plaything, I'm not fussy.
Cup of tea.
Oh, good idea, kid.
I wish I could have one with you. I'm fed up.
Well, not you and all. What's up?
Oh, I was just so looking forward to Ivy going away. In personal, it's all right. It's just that it's going to be the first chance I had to look after Brian and the house on my own. You know, cook and shop and plan his meals.
All the domestic little perks that go with being a wife, eh?
Well, it's important to me, Elsie. It's something I really want to do.
OK, thanks.
Well?
Well, it doesn't sound too hopeful for sending some woman round here, but I don't like the sound of the details. Haven't any changed your mind by any chance, have you?
What, about working here? No, thanks.
I've told you. I'll make it worth your while.
Why don't you, Elsie? Go on, it'd be fun.
Fun?
Well, been working together. It'd be like old times at the house.
No, thanks, Chuck. You see, I've set my sights a bit higher than that. Not even for you, love.
Well, what's wrong with it? It's an honest job.
It's not glamorous enough, is it, Elsie? Wearing an overall and serving on just into a scene.
If you want to know the absolute truth, Chuck, you're dead right.
Hey, Stan, what time do you say your elder was due back?
About dinner time.
Ah, well, there you got a couple of hours. You should do it easy.
What do you mean, should do it easy? You've been living here, entertaining here.
Yeah, but I don't make as much mess as you do. I am by nature a tidy person. I mean, I reckon if fate had dealt me differently, I'd have been one of them fellas that wear a clean shirt every day and matching socks. Oh, go on. Where's the Hoover?
Look, you do the washing up, I'll do the sweeping.
Oh, you sure you can manage that? Sure you can manage to put the plug in? Oh, blimey. That hasn't seen water since your Hilda sent her out.
Well, you don't wash frying pans, do you?
Human beings do, Stan. You obviously don't.
Well, you've scoffed in a well of that, haven't you? Yeah, I'll be glad to see her back.
You know, I'm sure she's going to be delighted to hear that. To know she's appreciated. Even if it is only for her skivvying.
Hey, that's not her, is it?
I knew it. The place is like a pigsty, you great useless blabber.
Shut up, old that flaming door.
Oh, hello, Hilda. You're all right, Stan. Don't panic.
Oh, am I glad to see you.
Oh, what a nice welcome.
Hey, you don't feel like just giving us a hand to sort of straighten up
Now,
here?
knock it off, Stan. Lorna's a visitor.
Of course I'll help you. I've got to admire his cheek.
Yeah, where he's concerned, that's all there is to admire.
I only popped in to say I can go to the pictures tonight, if you still want to. I've got Mrs. Watkins to sit with me, Gran.
Oh, great. And supper after?
Oh, lovely. Flipping heck. How long did you say your wife had been away? 6 months?
Hey, Alf, have you seen Oggy on your travels anywhere?
Surprised he's not in before me. He's usually your first customer, isn't he?
Not this morning, he won't be.
Well, you know where it'll be, don't you? Sprucing himself up for the return of Hilda. Trying to get rid of the stink of greasy chips under a gallon of cheap aftershave, I shouldn't
What,
wonder.
Oggy? Help me the day.
Well, he's got all them broken-hearted Frenchmen to compete with now, hasn't he?
Now, what about you, Efren? I mean, what makes you so sure that your little lady hasn't strayed off the straight and narrow, eh?
Well, one, because Ivy is decent, loyal and faithful. And two, I'd probably belt her in the gob if she hasn't been.
Give over. You missed, haven't you?
Yes, I have. It's funny how when they're away, you miss them. And yet when they're there, sometimes you feel you'd like to give your pension just to be shut of them for a couple of days, you know what I mean? I suppose it's one of life's eternal puzzles, is that?
Yeah. Well, never mind about pining husbands. I'd like to get my workforce back to normal. You know, one way or another, this little jaunt's cost me a fortune.
Hey, what shall we do? Have a tin on the counter and have a whip round for you? Will that suit you?
Yeah, sure.
How's the job situation, then?
Oh, the usual thing. Said let me know in good time. Wish I'd have quit for every time I've heard that lately.
Ah, some it'll turn up, will it? Elsie, love, I want to apologise for biting your head off this morning.
And I wish I had a quid for every time I've heard that and all. Forget it. Cup of tea.
If you make it one, yeah. I saw Rita.
Oh, yeah?
I won't go into the in and outs, but I went round there to ask her to come back to me, actually. It turned into a full-scale row. I said things, she said things. She even threw in Ralph Lancaster, but I think that was just to even the score. In the cold light of day, I don't think he's got anything to do with it, but I do think it's between her and me.
Well, what are you telling me? I mean, what did she say then?
Well, it's not so much what she said, it's what I did. I belted her one.
Oh, yes.
It just sort of blew up. I mean, why do we do these things? They happen, don't they? I was as sorry as hell afterwards, but it still doesn't stop me doing these things.
No, it's never stopped you before, has it?
Well, they say a leopard can't change its spots. Anyway, that's what happened.
And then?
She started bawling and I slammed out.
Oh, Len, you're hopeless. Do you know that? You're hopeless.
I know. I went home, started moping round. Had a damn good think. And then I went back. That grotty little boarding house that she was lodging in. I was gonna do anything, go down on bended knees, if necessary, just to show her how sorry I was. She'd gone.
Where?
I don't know. The old biddy who ran the place said that she'd gone and she'd left no forwarding address.
What do you do now?
You tell me. She might be anywhere. My only hope is that she gets in touch with me. But I wouldn't bet my last dollar on that. Elsie, why am I such a bloody fool?
What sort of year do you think it's going to be then, business-wise, 1980?
Well, it's got to be better than 79, or I'm off.
Emigrating?
Well, I don't mean that great big jeans factory in the sky, Mrs. W, not yet. No, I'm just, I'm sick up to here running twice as hard and staying in the same place, and I mean that.
Oh, we're the same. I think it's the same for all small businesses.
Well, savings are becoming to be a thing of the past, aren't they? I don't know where it's going to end myself.
Oh, shut up, you gloomy lot, will you? You're all stood here supping. You could be in a salt mine in Siberia.
There is that, I suppose.
All right, then. Just a quick lager, then I'll have to dash. Hey, I hope I've left everything in the right place. Well, it's a bit tricky, you know, in somebody else's home.
Listen, Hilda will be tickled pink. The house has never been that clean.
She won't be tickled pink if you tell her that.
What a vulgar noise.
Hey, they're here. Come on, Bert.
I might have guessed.
Hey, Oggy, I want a word with you.
I can't wait now. Come on, Bert.
I'm coming, all right.
I've never seen Stanley in a hurry to meet Hilda yet. Do you know, him refusing to come into a pub, it's never been known.
Well, perhaps he's got a guilty conscience.
Perhaps he has.
It's raining cats and dogs. What game on?
Hello,
Where are you?
Come on, it's Frank.
Bonjour, Stanley. It's Moy.
How are you, love? Have you been all right? Have you managed to cook?
Hey, steady on. Give us a kiss.
I told you, didn't I? I knew my Stan would be here to meet me.
I knew my Bert would.
Well, I knew my flaming Jack would. Hey, look, it's Prezi and all. Oh, we're back from friendship round the set. Anyway, c'est la vie. We're back for Spaces.
Hey, come on, love, I'll carry those. Don't you do that.
Oh, hello.
That's it. All right, love.
Oh, put the kettle on, Chuck. I'm shattered. Do you know, I don't think I've had above 4 hours sleep the whole weekend.
Have you enjoyed yourself?
Well, it were very pleasant. But it's true what they say, you know. There's no place like home. I take it I am in my own home.
Of course you are. What do you mean?
Well, it's just that on previous occasions when I've absented myself, I've come back to find either lodgers of the human or animal kind, or else just general horrible chaos waiting for me.
What's wrong now?
Nothing's wrong. That's what's wrong. Everywhere looks tidy and spotless.
Are you objecting?
You have been living here, have you? I mean, you didn't take your little striped pyjams and hoof it over to Inkerman Street by any chance?
Of course I've been here. Don't you believe me?
Yeah, I suppose so. Only 'cause I don't think that madam would put up with you for more than a couple of hours on the trot. Only me daft enough to do that.
You haven't been all 5 minutes and start on me. Just want to make the place tidy, that was all.
Ah, yeah, you're right, Chuck, and I'm sorry.
Well,
Will you forgive me?
I don't like my efforts being mocked at.
No, of course you don't. By heck, you must have worked like a little slave to get it like this. Put it down to me being overtired.
Aye.
Now, I didn't have much left for spends, love, but I didn't forget you. Shut your eyes. Here you are.
Feeling better now?
You're a pal. Dinner and sympathy.
Aye, well, you would have done the same for me, wouldn't you? You have done. Like a flaming sea sauce, too. One up, one down.
Elsie, love, I've got an idea.
About Rita?
No, about you. About a job. It may be only temporary, but you know Mavis is stuck in that cabin all on her Todd. Well, how are you fixed for helping out there?
You mean, take Rita's place?
Well, she's not there, is she? I mean, you need something to do, and I need someone to do it. You can handle Mavis, can't you?
Oh, both eyes closed, both hands down behind my back.
Well, how are you fixed for having a go, then?
Would you mind if I think about it? And I'll let you know later.
No problem. I tell you what, I'll see you at, 5:30 in the Rovers. I'll buy you a big drink. And then you can tell me then, eh? Better go, hadn't I? Otherwise, I'll be bankrupt as well as wifeless. Thank you, love.
Am I too late?
You know very well you're too late. You timed that beautifully.
Well, I genuinely did try.
Yeah, we believe you. Thousands wouldn't.
My goodness me, what have you had in here? A gang of Hell's Angels?
Listen, 4 3-year-olds armed with jelly blancmange and Smarties is enough to strike terror into a gang of Hell's Angels. Any self-respecting thug would turn and run.
I take it went well, then.
Ah, you'd better ask Madam. Did you enjoy your party, Trace? Tell Uncle Ken.
I bet she's tired.
Oh, she could go it all again. It's a poor old mother that needs reviving.
Right, hidden taken. I'll put the kettle on, then we'll sort this lot out together. I may not have mentioned this, but I'm an expert at scraping custard off wallpaper.
Oh, is there no end to his talents?
I hope you saved me a bit of birthday cake.
We certainly did. You can have the piece with the candle on if you like.
No thanks. I'm trying to give up candles.
You're a fool.
Come on, Ivy, forget the old man's here. Let's have the full, uncensored version.
Hey, she's the one you want to talk to. It were her that we're doing can-can at 5 o'clock in the morning, town square.
Come on, Vera, give us an action replay then.
Never mind the X certificates, Tom. Did you bring me back plenty export orders? That's what I want to know.
Hey, I don't get it myself. She says she's only had 3 hours, Kip, the old time, yet look at her, fizzing all over. Yet when she's at home, you know, she goes to bed at 10 o'clock and she's still tired all the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, well, that's the adrenaline, you see. You are always full of energy when you're stimulated.
Lesson for one there, Bert.
Well, I looked at newspapers at temperature down, was lower over there than it were here, but it were bitter cold.
Hey, well, we never noticed, did we, Ive? Mind you, them French, you know, they have ways of making you warm.
Did you have an opportunity of sampling the culture?
Oh, we sampled a lot of things, but culture wasn't one of them, was it?
You speak for yourself. I went on one of them trips they organise around local museum and art gallery. Mind you were still in bed nursing last night's hangover, her.
Well, you only went, you, because you thought Guy'd looked like Andy Williams. Hey, he stunk of garlic, and he were going bald on top.
Oh, it's all coming out now, isn't it?
Hey, so what is there?
Oh, I'm glad I didn't go. I knew they'd be legless all the time.
Hey, what we're doing other half at time that matters.
Now, let's sit at the table, love. I don't feel like that scrum at the bar.
Okay.
Usual. Give us a large gin and tonic, will you, Fred, and a pint for me.
Yeah, I'll fetch it over there.
Right. I see you've got your harem back, then.
Yeah, you know those stories about rich Arabs buying unattached Englishmen to venture abroad? Not true.
Len, Rita's still poorly, is she?
That's right, yeah.
Well, I've thought about it, Len, and it won't work. The answer's no.
Why not?
Well, apart from some minor considerations, like I might have to get up at 5:30 some mornings, is that right?
Yeah, you'll have to play turn and turn about with Mavis like Rita does, yeah.
Well, apart from the fact that I don't think I could cope with it, I'm sure I couldn't anyway, there are some other serious things to think about.
Well, such as?
Well, what happens if Rita comes back, finds me installed?
Well, she knows I've got to have someone. Mavis can't carry on her own.
Oh, someone, yes. Anyone from Bette Midler to Mary Whitehouse, but not me, Chuck. I mean, she's a woman. Women are funny that way, I know. And if you really want to patch up your marriage, you don't want to do any more damage, do you?
Now, look. Oh, do you know, I can't wait to sleep in my own bed. I've missed every little lump and bump of it.
I can't see the point of travel myself.
No, that's obvious. Well, I mean, in all our married life, you've never shown no inclination to go further than 100 yards from your own midden. Stan, haven't you got something to say to me? I'm waiting.
What are we having for us tea?
Have you missed me?
Of course. What are we eating?
Oh, Stan, forget your belly just for a second if you can. Would it fetch you out in blue boils just to say, yes, Hilda, I've missed you just for once?
Of course I have. It goes without saying.
Well, it doesn't to me. I mean, there's plenty of husbands only too glad to see the back of their wives. Bert Tilsley, for one.
Oh, I don't know. I think Bert's very fond of Ivy.
What, the way she nags on from morning till night? Tell you, that woman's nothing but a bionic mouth. I ought to know. I've spent half the weekend with her. Ooh, you don't know you're born.
If you say so, love.
Yeah, I do. Fish and chips, then, eh?
Do me.
Well, it'll have to, Stan, because I haven't got the energy to start cooking. And I don't suppose you've laid on no fresh smoked salmon, followed by roast chicken, followed by raspberry sorbet and cream, and a nice cold bottle of muscadet?
No.
No. Fish and chips, then.
I'll have mushy peas with mine.
Stanley, I'm not budging out of this house till tomorrow morning. Not even then if I don't feel like it. So in the meantime, anybody who wants out to eat round here will just have to get their big fat body off the chair and hump it round to the chippy, won't they?
Fish and chips twice.
And you can fetch me a light bottle from the Rovers and all. I've had enough champagne.
Oh, well, I get from the off licence. I mean, I can't go in the Rovers. I might get sidetracked. And I want to be here, don't I? It's your first night.
Oh, flipping heck. Sorry, you haven't taken any money, did you? Don't know why you can't be bothered to take your flaming key. Oh, I thought it was Stan.
Oh, he's not in then.
No, you've just missed him. And I'm just back from abroad myself.
Yeah, so I heard.
Do you know, it's fascinating how much you can learn from foreign travel.
Yeah, it would be, especially over a weekend, like.
Oh, don't worry, I take it all in. I'm very absorbent, me.
Yeah, well, look, when you see Stan, tell him I'm looking for him, will you? Tell him that Fred's getting a little bit impatient, like.
Will you know what about?
Oh, yeah, he'll know all right, Hilda.
Hey, he's not been getting up to no trouble in my absence, has he?
Trouble? No. No, there's no trouble, not if he's got any sense. And I get £3 off him. Tell him.
He said sausages twice.
You never said.
I did.
This is my lot. I was due off 20 minutes ago.
So were I. We can't leave a shop full of customers, can we?
I know him and he'll go mad.
So will he. Mrs. Faulkner needs sausages.
Well, don't tell me. Now what?
Oh, it is hopeless. We can't go on like this.
Madhouse, that's what it is. I'm blaming Madhouse.
Have you got a minute?
Just a minute, love. Now, what's the problem?
He ordered sausages twice and she's only done it one portion.
She never said.
I did. You can't have heard me.
Look,
I did.
what's all the blooming fuss about? Just chuck a couple more in the pan and get on with it.
Oh, no, it's well past my time. My Norman will go mad.
Quite frankly, Mrs. B, I don't give my monkeys about your Norman. I'll get them sausages in the pan.
That's it then. That's my lot. I'm not being talked to like that by nobody. I can call for me cards and me back pay it morning.
You're leaving.
And if you with any sense, you would and all. I don't know how I've stuck it this long. I must be mad.
Oh, no. She were a pain, but she were better than nothing. Now what are we going to do?
Cheer up, Cinders. Your fairy godmother has just arrived. That one from the job centre, very good.
She might have been if she turned up. But don't tell me you've changed your mind.
Well, I might if it's going.
Listen, love, I've had a hard day and I'm not into playing games. Now, do you want it?
No, I don't want it. But I'll take it. When do I start?
But what about tomorrow?
Fine, you're on. I must be mad. Come in, Chuck. Park yourself. I won't be a minute.
There's no rush yet. Just thought we might as well go in together.
Oh, no. You thought I wouldn't be up. That's what you thought, isn't it?
Cross me mind, yeah.
Not on my first morning, Chuck. Mind you, I don't know if I can keep it up, but at least I'll try.
Have you had any breakfast yet?
Breakfast? Working in a cafe? Like it's like clocking on twice. Oh, there goes the teller. We're getting old.
Surprised you took it, actually.
Why are you?
Oh, just didn't seem like you.
No, well, it's not me. I've got expensive taste, like just living. Still, there's life in the old wreck yet.
Old wreck may be. Doesn't stop him fancying you.
Who?
Sedgwick fancies you.
What are you talking about? What are you on about now?
Just what I reckon.
Oh, heads are going, tails are stay off. Come on, you daft beggar.
Right, come on then. You got to guess who it is.
You.
I can't deny that. Do you think I'm silly?
You're silly.
Yeah, I can't deny that either.
Come on, Tracy, love, your breakfast. You can't leave all that. And don't listen to him. He's only after your money. Honestly, people keep giving her 50p's for her birthday. She's loaded. She's got more money than I have, anyway. Sorry, did you want a cup of tea?
No, Tar, I can't stop.
Oh, what are you here for, then?
Good question, good question. I just came round to see how you were.
Oh, about the same as I was when you left last night.
About the same as you was when I left you last night.
Uh-huh.
You haven't gone off me then during the long, restless watches of the night.
Well, I did my best. I didn't seem to.
Oh. We men get very nervous about these things, you know. Look, why don't I come round tonight?
Would that be different?
Well, it would be if I did something different. Why don't I knock up something to eat?
Oh, terrific.
OK, I'll get the stuff. I don't know, something special.
You can do that, can you? Something special.
Oh, yes, when I try.
Kenneth, I am just lying back, waiting for you to try.
All right, tonight then.
Breathless waiting.
Your egg all right?
Yeah,
Enough fried bread for you?
yeah, fine.
What do you owe Fred G £3 for?
What?
Fred G. Come here wanting £3.
Oh, aye, well, he would, wouldn't he? I mean, I owe him £3.
What for?
He lent it me.
Fred G lent you £3?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Well, he did.
Fred G wouldn't lend his own mother £3.
Well, he doesn't like his mother very much, see, and he likes me. And I borrowed £3. What's wrong with that?
Well, it's just a peculiar circumstance, that's all. Like the way this place were all sided and bottomed when I come home. That were the first thing. Fred G's the second.
What are you on about?
Why was this place like a new pin, eh?
Well, we tidied it up, you know.
We?
Yeah, Eddie and me.
Why?
Oh, I'm not standing this.
You're hiding something.
I'm going out. You bar me.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're not paying him mush money.
You're talking daft. Talking daft.
Luke, if he lent you £3, why is he asking me for it?
Nobody's asking you for nothing.
I'll give you something for nothing. Piece of information. There's been a woman in this house.
I've had no woman in here, and that's straight.
There's been a woman in this house while I've been away. Now, who was that then?
What makes you ask?
I'm not daft.
I mean, how do you know?
Oh, little things. Knives and forks, for one.
What?
Well, the knives was put away with the knives, and the forks with the forks, and the spoons was where the spoons go. You'd never manage that in a million years, nor Eddie Yates neither. And there's other things and all, little signs where I've noticed. So come on.
Eddie's girlfriend helped us tidy up.
He's who?
Girlfriend, you know.
Do you mean to say he's had his women in here?
There was only one.
I can imagine the kind of women he'd consort with, and the kind what'd consort with him.
She's very nice.
She's a trollop, that's if she exists at all.
Oh, you've never seen her.
And I don't want to. I just want to know what's been going on here. And where does Fred G come in with his £3?
It's nothing to do with Fred G. I had a bet. You see, he takes bets, you know, and I lost.
£3?
£3. And I'm going out.
You smell a lie, Stanley Ogden.
You better get some more of these on, look.
£2 for tea, love. Is that paper sandwich coming?
It's been delayed in the post. Can I have 2 big mugs for these 2 big mugs, love, please?
Oh!
Neil, terrible that he's always doing it to me.
Aye. Hey, either Emily's had a pink ring, so that is... It is, I know. What are you doing here?
What does it look like I'm doing here?
You're not working, are you?
Oh, no, love, it's my winter holidays. It's cheaper than Switzerland, not as far as the tropics.
Hey, great.
Your plate is nearly ready, love.
Do you know, this place gets better every time I come in. Do you like it?
Oh, it's delicious. What do you want?
Oh, egg on toast. Medium rare, that's the toast, and well done the egg.
Certainly, sir. Would you like to choose your own egg?
Oh, you know, just give us the best one in the house. I want a mug of tea.
Do you come in here often?
Most days, yeah.
Hey, it's a bit quieter now.
Can't say I'm sorry. Have these folk got homes to have their breakfast in?
Some of these lorry drivers have 2 homes to have their breakfast.
Thought I'd find you here.
Hey, have a deco over there.
We're in lumber, mate. We're in lumber.
Look, over there.
What?
Elsie.
She's going on. She's going on.
What's the matter, Stanley?
She's like a ferret, sorting out the evidence, you know.
What evidence?
No, it's about the knives.
You what?
All kind of things.
Stan, you're cracking up, mate.
Look, she knows something's been going on.
Stanley, what has been going on?
She's got something in her head that won't get it out. I think that flaming Fred G.
Oh, what's he done now?
Only went round asking for £3. Didn't he?
Ooh, do you know he wants locking up that fella? He's a definite menace to society.
Look, she knows about your girl helping us clean up.
Well, that's all right. It's the truth, isn't it?
Now, if she tackles you, deny nothing.
Well, that goes against the golden rule, Stan, which is to deny everything.
Aye, but she knows about Lorna, and I think if you bring Lorna round, she'll bring Hilda round, if you see what I mean.
Well, there's a very delicate girl,
Two
Stan.
eggs on toast coming up.
Oh, that's mine now.
I'll get it. I want a cup of tea. Hello, what are you doing here?
Answering daft questions.
I got got a bit of a problem. We're still looking for somewhere for Mrs. Sharples to live.
Oh?
Yeah, you know, while they're doing the extension in there. Alf said that the council would pay.
Oh, aye?
Yeah, what I was thinking, hey, you and Rita, you've got a room, haven't you?
Sorry.
Well, I mean, at least think about it. Ask Rita.
No, as I've said, mate, I'm sorry. No can do.
Great. Coronation Street, the community that cares.
Yes, Alf. Can I have a word with you, love?
Certainly, dear.
Listen, do you still take lodgers in? Well, I mean, you used to from time to time, didn't you?
Not anymore, love, no. It's more trouble than it's worth. I'm not getting any younger.
No, but you got a room, haven't you?
No. Not now Fred's here.
No, you got another room.
Ah, that's Billy's room. All for Joni. It's always kept ready for them, you see. Were you asking for a friend?
A friend of yours as well, Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, that business over there.
Yeah, well, we've got to get her out, you see. It'll only be temporary, you know.
No, 91.
Well, in a special case like this, I really would like to help if I could. Just don't see how I can.
Well, frankly, it's getting a bit desperate.
Oh, no. Love, plenty of people around here would be only too glad to give her a room. Plenty of them. No, love, I mean, this is the last resort. And frankly, Alf, that spare room is a little damp. I wouldn't like it on my conscience.
Hello.
Hello, love.
Sorry, girls. No hot pies.
Oh, no hot pies.
No delivery, see?
So what do we do, starve or what?
Well, sandwiches, do your Sally, if you like, you know, crisp, not salt to that.
I want some hot this weather.
Oh, let's go to chicken.
Well, there's always a queue, isn't there?
Well, let's go to cabin.
What, our girls' cafe?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going there. Oh, I mean, I don't want girls to think I'm spying on her.
Oh, don't be daft.
I know we haven't had enough Elsie Tanner for my life.
Elsie?
Yeah, she's working there now.
She's never.
Are you stopping or going or what?
Hey, well, you never said.
I did tell girl told me.
Hey, this I've got to see. Can Miss Iron Marty working in that cafe? Hey, how the Marty's fallen. Have we to go see?
Oh, yeah, get supervisor pouring us tea, Warren. Calm down, innit? Come on.
No, I can't be bothered.
Going.
Me neither.
I want service, then. Give me a bottle.
A bottle?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, and I'll have round the cheese and tomato.
There you go, Hilda. Are you contemplating my beauty, or can I get you something?
Do you want your £3?
Oh, aye, I could do with it.
Well, you can have it if you tell me who she was.
Oh, you heard about that, did you?
I have my methods. Now then, who was she?
Well, what's it to do with you, Hilda? I mean, what does it matter to you?
My husband has women in the house, and it doesn't matter to me who they are. What do you take me for?
Look, to be fair, Hilda, you're standing to have any birds there. Mind you, was about the only one that didn't. I'm only kidding, love.
Now, let me get this straight. He didn't have no fancy piece in there.
No, definitely not.
It were just the rest of you.
Well, I don't know it's that many. I mean, heck, I'd just give him some money for an extra drink and, well, I couldn't take advantage of it.
I don't know how you can look a decent woman in the eye.
Well, it is a bit awkward, Hilda, you know, here, when you're in digs, like.
Oh, is it? So Stan's been obliging everybody, has he? Use our place.
Oh.
Using my house for immoral purposes, I'll flaming disembowel him.
Come on, Hilda. I'll never get that flipping £3.
Egg, sausage, bacon and chips.
Right, say something, darling. You're better equipped on another one.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, be a bit fussy on a warm night, that one.
Well, it just so happens she's a very good friend of mine.
I'd seen a very good friend of yours and all.
Hey, listen, he's chatting her up.
He wants his head tested.
He is.
You enjoying your dinner, then?
Yeah, Tiles, it's lovely. Especially entertaining.
Yes, we do get a few comics in here.
Bit of a come down from your last job, though.
No, love, just the same comics as we had in Baldwin.
Begging your pardon, love. Can I take the ashtray?
You can take what you like, love, as long as it's not a liberty.
Yeah, look, we'll lift down the M62, babe.
Not just today.
When you are.
Hey, we'll come in here again.
In front of you, is she?
As a matter of fact, I used to be her boss.
Yeah, well, don't encourage her.
She's all right.
Look, I don't mind the fellas chatting you up, because I know they won't get away with anything, but I'm not so sure about her.
Well, that's their business, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's mine. I've got a reputation to keep, and I don't want that sort of trade.
She'd throttle you.
You're wrong, I tell you, you're wrong.
Oh, no, I'm not.
He didn't come here.
He give you money for the use of this house. Now, did he or didn't he?
No.
Well, I know he did.
Well, he did, yes, but I didn't want it.
And what did he want the house for, eh? What? Lust and immorality.
I didn't let him in.
No, because you had the place full.
No, Eddie was here courting.
Court? I'll give you courting.
Look, I was
I suppose you'll tell me Fred G were flaming courting
Look,
and not
Fred G-
dragging some totty in here more.
Oh, look.
Oh, I don't know, Stanley. I turn my back. I no sooner turn my back. And this home, what I've slaved and sweated to get decent and keep decent, you've got turned into a...
Look, I've done now.
This beats everything you've ever done to me, Stanley. You've done some things in your time, but never anything the equal of this. I mean, bringing down shame on your own home. How could you?
If only you listen.
When I get some flaming answers. You put it round all your drunken idle friends, did you? 3 quid a time? How many was there?
Look, there was nobody here. Fred got it all wrong. Eddie was here with his girlfriend.
Pooh, it's Trollope.
She's very nice.
Well, what's she going round with him for, then?
I don't know. No! Pull me back.
Oh, don't give me that.
No, it's like it was at first. I can't move.
I'm glad I caught you, Mrs. O. Perhaps it's not quite the right moment.
Don't go.
Too right. You stop where you are.
Yeah, well, if I'm stopping, I'd like you to meet my new girlfriend, Mrs. O. This is Lorna.
Oh, you look quite respectable.
Thank you.
Come on, let's be having it.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going. I'm deciding whether to convene a meeting or not.
Now, hang on a minute. Before you start convening meetings, you have a word with me. What's it all about this time?
It's about pay, conditions and holidays. We want the complete agreement rewrote.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We want parity with us co-workers in the EEC. Have you seen what them French are getting? Because we have.
Never let them go.
Well, I don't see why we shouldn't get the same, do you, Bert?
Yeah, she's right.
I mean, the conditions is far better and they get 4 weeks holiday.
All right. I'll sign that agreement any time you like.
You will? Huh, well, yeah.
If you're ready to sign it, Joe, what, like the French, you get paid like the French. Simple as that. No one knows what graft is in this country.
Just a minute. Ivy can't sew any faster on that machine, mate. I mean, she can't graft any harder.
No? Well, they work a machine with each hand in France.
Like that they do.
And I'll tell you something else and all. There's only one thing wrong with the working class in this country, and you know what that is? The bosses.
Wrong. There are 2 things wrong with the working class. They don't work and they've got no class. Right, now come on, let's be having it.
See you tonight, Bert.
Hey, you heard him talk, eh? Hey, lots of brass and all. He's only working class himself, jumped up.
True, but between you and me, good luck to him.
Well, you laugh, but I knew you'd been here.
Oh, you laugh all right.
Did you? Oh, yeah. How? Well, I knew from the way everything was put away in the kitchen it was never these 2.
Oh, that's my job, you see. I work at kitchens at hospital.
Oh, well, there you are then. I knew.
They wanted it nice for you.
Yeah. Did you happen to know Mrs. Bishop at the hospital? She used to work there.
Oh, yeah, I know her. She's very nice.
Oh, very nice class of person. And a very good friend.
Oh, it was a terrible shame about her husband.
Oh, shocking. Shocking. Will your back allow you to put the kettle on, Stanley?
I'll manage.
I will if you like.
No, you sit where you are. I want to talk to you. You live at home, do you?
Yeah.
Many have you?
4 in family. Then there's me gran. Well, she lives with us as well.
Oh, yeah. It's a bit of a crowd, isn't it, when you're courting? I don't mind telling you, I'm very glad that Eddie's got himself a nice girl like you. No, because I worry about him, you know. He just needs steadying down a bit, that's all.
He said to me you're like another mother to him. He said that.
Oh, has he? Yeah, well, there's not much wrong with Eddie, except he's a bit daft sometimes.
He makes me laugh, though.
Go on, carry on talking about me. Pretend I'm not here.
We'll talk about you all we want. Go and help Stan with the tea. Like us 2 peas, them 2, you know. Need a firm hand. Stan, though, now he's past curing. But Eddie, well, there's hope for him if you're a serious girl, like I think you are. You're going steady, are you?
More or less.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're very welcome here any time, you know that. Because it's time, you know. Time he was off my hands.
Listen, I said I'd bring her round. I didn't say I'd walk her up the flaming aisle.
Do it, will you? For my sake.
Oh, come in, it's open. It always is.
You're gonna like this. It's a classic. Have you got a cup of sugar?
Help yourself, you know what it is.
Ah. What's up with your foot?
Been stood on.
Who by?
Me, for too long.
You look whacked.
I am.
I'm looking for someone to tell me why.
Well, I can't tell you, can I? And even if I could, I wouldn't.
She's the second. I think you must have more idea than me.
But it is true that I've had some experience of walking out on people, and people walking out on me. But that doesn't make me any smarter. I'm very sorry. You heard from her? You said it wasn't another fella.
I thought it was, but it isn't. No, it's only me.
Well, it's time you had a very good look at you, isn't it?
Give us an idea where to start.
You wouldn't like it.
Well, I think we've known each other long enough.
Look, you can have a shoulder to cry on or a sock in the jaw. You can't have both.
I don't need a shoulder.
Right. When did you stop being interested in women? I mean, when did you ever start, for that matter? I mean, you sit there and you tell me you don't know why she walked out, and it's as plain as the nose on your face. You've never been interested, never. Some women can go through life being devoted to fellas like that, and some of us can't. And we're the ones that finish up nowhere, because there's very few of the other kind of fellas.
Put it another way, I'm a selfish pig.
Would you like a shoulder to cry on? Come on, I'll take you for a drink.
In a bit.
You know, I'm trying to start creches for working mums. And I want an adventure playground, but they tell me there's no money. And it would cost peanuts. But they talk about them, and them is the government, which says that there's no money. Oh, except for killing people. There's plenty of money for killing people.
You're off again.
Yeah, well, how much does a nuclear submarine cost, and what can it do except kill people?
They're spending money now, though, aren't they? I thought they were rebuilding that place.
Yeah, just rebuilding the front, and that only because the foundations are a bit dodgy.
Well, it's something.
Did I tell you about Ina?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and have they found her anywhere? Make me laugh.
I was hoping you were going to make me laugh.
Sorry. You know, I seriously am thinking about chucking it.
You won't.
Well, I just might. I mean, if you do what you do, because, well, you got this idea that you want to be of use, you know, some use to people, do something, and you find that everything you do just isn't worth a hoot. Well,
You can't take all the blame on yourself, though.
look, I'm a community development officer, for heaven's sake. What community and what development? I don't know. Maybe it is me. I've got this knack for being useless. And boring, sorry.
Don't worry, it's not incurable.
I don't know. It may be.
You can see the problem, though, can't you?
Alf, I'm sorry, but I can't take her in. I'm out all day.
She's perfectly independent, you know.
I wouldn't take the responsibility of an old person unless I could really look after him. I would if I could, honest.
Well, do you know anybody who would take somebody? I mean, who could take a lodger in? It'll have to be somebody in this area, though. She won't move away. I know that without asking.
Well, I'll see if I do know anybody.
Well, if you would.
Hey, why don't you ask her? She's plenty of room.
Hello there. Give us a gin and tonic and a pint for me.
See them two, Bert, then? Walking in together.
Well, they are neighbours, aren't they?
Very pally, though.
You don't mind if I drag Elsie away for a minute, dear?
Hey, well, don't drag me too far. I need this gin and tonic,
Hey,
kid.
listen. You've known Ina Sharpless for years, haven't you?
Yeah, well, what's up?
She's not been seen, you know. She's not in cabin.
So what?
Hey, do you think it's since she come back? Well, it is, isn't it?
I don't know. You too. Cheers.
Hey, where's Rita tonight, Len? I'm beginning to miss her.
I hear she's not well. Shall I drop in and see her?
Have you asked anybody around here?
I've asked everybody, love.
Well, what about in here?
I won't wear it.
I wouldn't bother if I were you, love, because she won't be there. And the reason she's not there is because she's walked out on me. And the reason for that is because I'm a selfish pig. All right? It's all right, you can go on drinking now.
The answer to your question, Alf, is yes, I will put her up.
Oh, well, that's marvellous.
Yes, might just stop a bit of gossip round here, mightn't it?
You reckon they'll be talking? Well, you and me here with Emily away.
Well, it's not as if I'm staying the night, is it?
A detail they might overlook.
We could always give them food for thought.
Everything's negotiable.
Still, as you say, round here you don't need to.
I'm not bothered about the rest of them. It's just Emily. I mean, she feels terrible.
You know, the way I see it,
The way you see it.
The way I see it is, there's no possibility that you and I could have a casual affair, right?
No chance.
So it either has to be a lot more or a lot less.
I think that just about puts it in a nutshell.
Does that put the ball into my court, then?
Well, depends how you feel about it.
Well, look, if we start fencing around for a minute, well, I'm a pretty lousy chap to marry, aren't I? I mean, just look at my record.
Oh, don't be daft.
I thought you might need reminding.
Look, it's nothing to do with me, is it?
No. Well, I think...
Look, Ken, just don't say anything. I mean, we're both pretty nervous about this thing, you know, and... Well, if you're going to say anything like that, I'd rather you just said it out of the blue, instead of feeling that I'm twisting your arm. Is there anything left in that?
And we'll have more on that story at the same time tomorrow. And the love theme continues after the break in Doctor at Large.